on my pubic hair too one time.
Why the hell did we go from
literally walked and squeaked to work.
How did you get past the itching after a week?
It didn't itch. It's S curl, man. It's S curl is smooth. It's like
but mine gets all nutty. I tried to do that once, but the hair got all clammed up and I couldn't separate it. And it looked like a pickaninny.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
You might want to be my cam partner.
Look, even though you're British, you still need an Afro pick for your stuff, man.
It's true. You know?
Oh Lord, here we go. These talking about bushes. I'm done. Anyway, you say you need an Afro pick. Dog. I'm done right there. What's going on, people? We here, episode 64 of the RGT podcast. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. You already know it's our special. E3 is pretty much done. All the streams are done. Those who are there physically, well, they're having more of a time than us because they're playing the damn games and experiencing the event, but whatever. It's over for us, though, and we're just now going to recap it, but also go over the latest gaming news and the rumors. Do me a huge favor, hit that like button as you guys join us. We do have a special cast today. Some funny individuals who we got to meet while I was away, so that was pretty cool. And, yeah, it's going to be a good show. All right. What's up to everybody in the chat? Let me go ahead and introduce everybody. Y'all give a warm welcome to the Platform Podcast. Here are our special guests.
Hey, what's going on?
So I'm going to start ladies first. Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, everybody. It's Cool Cat Terry. Hope you guys are having a great day.
All righty. Mike, go ahead, brother.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Mike here. We're over here raiding the RGT podcast. Let's go, motherfuckers.
All right. The man with the soundboard himself. What's up, Dan?
What's going on in a world built around a big buff black dude? His name is Dan the Man. What's up? What up? What up?
That was scary, but okay. Messiah, what's up, Craig? How you doing, brother?
I just woke up. What's happening?
Oh shit! I'll come to you last and do your intro. Go ahead, Fox. Let you wake up. And Fox is dead. Okay, fine. Okay.
Rip.
Great. Go ahead, do your intro.
Oh, yeah, what's happening, everybody? It's Friday. It's like I said, talk about this this thing that happened last Sunday.
Alrighty, definitely. And Fox, are you back now?
Yeah, cash in and cash out. I am not looking for clout. And a little Wayne, and a pain, and a rain.
It's gonna be a hilarious day. That's all I got to say. It's gonna be y'all had a fun ass day today. So anyway, what's up, everybody in the chat? What's up, Callie? What's up, Mel and Matt? Julie, everybody, what's going on? Everybody say what's up. I ain't see you. What's going on? Let's go ahead and get into this E3 2019. Let's start with possibly the worst show in existence. Possibly the most insulting show to any gamer on this planet. The most pointless show. The most downright embarrassing show. And that would be Electronic Arts.
Oh, God.
So,
I don't know, man.
There was only one game on that spreadsheet that gamers cared about out of that show, or out of their show. One game. And that was Star Wars. After that, I mean, it nosedived to hell. So, who would like to get their opinion on EA's conference?
I'll start off. I've had better back rubs from a cactus than watching motherfucking EA. Like EA was the epitome of garbage. It was a waste of fucking time. They could have literally just showed a trailer of Star Wars and been done with it. Like, honestly, like they didn't even need to be there. They should have just left. Just walked the fuck out because it was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, it was unbearable to watch. I didn't understand it. And the fact that he had the spreadsheet on the right just made it even much more worse because it's like you're already telling us what we are going to expect. So
I couldn't believe that, man. It was like an Excel fucking spreadsheet, dude. I felt like I was at work. Like, what the fuck, man? I was so pissed, man. I'm like, and you know, when we was doing the live reaction shit, everybody literally on the panel was just like, why? Yeah. That shit was trash, man.
What you thought about it, Big Mike? What you thought about it?
Oh, Big Mike.
Oh,
No.
See, this is why I need my motherfucking shit.
Like, hold up.
What'd you
Can
thought?
you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
we
you
hear.
hear me? All right.
We hear you. What's up?
What I think about, yeah, like you said earlier, I was totally anticipating and wanting to see what Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was all about. They came and delivered and showed me what I want and what I wanted to see. It looked Dark Soulsy, Bloodborne-ish, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and play it. And after that, like you said earlier, the thing is like, boo, boo,
It was just like
they went right down the toilet drain.
that shit was garbage.
They went right down the toilet drain. I flushed that shit. It's like whoosh.
The motherfucker spinning like because getting flushed like a motherfucker.
Okay. Craig, what you thought about the show, about EA show?
Oh, it was bad. The Star Wars game was all right. Day one by PC for me, definitely. But
Hashtag PC, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
But that the show itself was you could just tell it was like watching old people eat. So they had a bad show. And
Craig, did you see how sad? And I'm sorry, Terry. I know Anthem is life, but did you see that segment about Anthem? It
No.
was like it was just like literally the dude sat there with a sad look on his face, like, "Hi." And that was it. Like it was just like, what the fuck was going on? Like, they said they were gonna.
I was scheduled to show you guys some good stuff, but they killed my portion of the show.
It was like I didn't understand. It was like, why you do that to that man? Like, why you do that to him, man?
Oh, Terry, what you thought about EA's showcase?
Okay, so for the record,
here we go.
I agree. EA's show was boring and they had no business being there, but they were not the worst. Devolver was the worst show I ever saw at E3. And the history of E3, oh my god, that was trash. It was boring. It was stupid. I feel like I literally lost brain cells watching it for the time we had to be on the thing. It was horrible. But yeah,
which one is it? Bethesda?
No, Devolver
Digital.
Devolver. See, I didn't even know who the fuck they were. I didn't bother.
You're not missing out, okay? It was terrible.
Good.
They were worse than EA, and EA was terrible.
Big Cloud.
Terrible, but Devolver was worse.
Okay, I'll take your word for that.
Big Cloud, have you ever heard of The Messenger? You ever heard of that? It's like a retro inspired.
I heard the name and never played it because I don't play trash.
They made it. Devolver Digital. They made that game.
Damn.
No,
he doesn't play trash. That's good, dude.
Your boy savage, man.
Yeah,
all right, well,
EA didn't show anything that mattered to me at all. I mean, yes, they had Star Wars, but
yeah,
it's still
It didn't do nothing, right? It was just like
literally, I saw it, and I mean, everybody wants to, shrug it off because it's Star Wars and give them a free pass. But everything I saw on that just was a huge reminder. Of Quantum Break, and I'm like, wait, is this a Star Wars skin on Quantum Break right now? Because it really is. But,
Terry doesn't like games.
Star Wars, so we'll give it a free pass. You know, they can't do no wrong. So.
Hey, Dan, do not anger Terry. She'll chop off your big toe. do not anger Terry.
Right, let me calm down.
All right, Fox, what you thought about EA show?
Well, diabolical. I mean, EA is to gaming what salt is to a slug. I mean, it's totally toxic. This is the problem when you have corp. This is the problem, right? Listen, I've been gaming for a long time. When I say a long time, like Moses and Abraham were alive when I started gaming. But here's the thing, right?
It took that age in, motherfucker.
Whenever,
as soon as he was able to pick up sticks, right?
Exactly.
Shove the rocks around.
They just invented the wheel. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Whenever corporations get involved in something that you love, it always works out for the worst. And EA is the epitome of a corporation with its mitts all over gaming. Any company that doesn't understand grassroots level gaming, that means from the gamer's perspective, the end user. Okay, even a drug dealer understands what the end user needs.
Yeah.
But EA don't seem to understand the demand, so they supply us rubbish. I mean, they're lucky to have Respawn, to be honest. Respawn is their saving grace.
I like Respawn. I do like Respawn.
Okay.
Even DICE, they've even ruined DICE.
Yeah, I agree with Tom in the chat. He said all EA had to do was bring back Dead Space. I think I saw this live with you guys, wasn't I? In the chat with y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said this too because they hinted at Dead Space numerous times in Battlefield. Y'all remember in the maps they had the marker statue on the table and stuff like that? They still have not brought that back. It's like, where the hell is Dead Space? Why waste our time with this show? You could have did this at like Microsoft show.
They're not even prepared. Listen, Ryan, EA are not even prepared to be crummy and re-release a Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 collection. They're not even prepared to do a Capcom and be crummy. You know what I'm saying? They're not even. So what do you expect from a company that won't even give you the classics?
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. For real bad. So that was EA's portion. Y'all go through, if we go through like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll start with ladies first. Terry, 1 to 10, what would be your rating on a scale to that for EA?
For EA, 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Mike.
I'll go to 4.
4. Sell out. Dan. Dan.
I give it a baboon's booty hole.
Okay, I guess that's a 1.
That's a 0.
Oh, shit. Greg.
I gave it a 3. It was bad.
Okay, Fox.
You know, because of Respawn, I'm gonna go easy on EA. I'm gonna give them a 0.4.
Okay, I'm gonna give that a -3. I'm gonna be real here. Ubisoft. Let's get into Ubisoft C3. Ubisoft. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't have no gameplay for Just Dance. But then again, I didn't want to see no gameplay for Just Dance, so they announced Just Dance's anniversary, and that was a thing. There was no Assassin's Creed reveal, but they even had a thing for Assassin's Creed where there's like a musical. It's going to be for Assassin's Creed, where they're going to be playing all the songs from all the classic Assassin's Creed games, or all the ones building up to the newer ones in a theater, so you guys can tune into. Which again, had me looking like, why the hell would I want to go to a theater and listen to that shit when I can play the game and listen to the game on loop on the game?
Yeah.
You know, some people like that shit though. Honestly, man, like, you know, and I do too. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I like to buy some of the soundtracks for certain video games. It just depends. But and there is some beautiful music with Assassin's Creed, but it felt like that was a wasted opportunity. Like it could have been like I don't know. I just felt like there was a missed opportunity there for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they could have brought you know, again with the whole again, I'm shocked by that too, because the best soundtrack, if I remember correctly, from Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed 2. Ezio's Family.
I love that soundtrack.
That soundtrack is the dopest soundtrack in the franchise. And I remember. Go ahead.
Sorry. Can I just say that I'm becoming disillusioned with third-party publishers in general? I mean, there's very few now that I'm interested in, like the likes of CD Projekt Red and Rockstar. Yeah, they're obviously always going to be my go-to games for third-party, but I'm more for exclusives now, because these third parties, they're just churning out the same old games. I mean, look at Far Cry. Go back to Far Cry as far back as you want to go, right? And realize how that game hasn't really changed at all. It's the same. Unlock this part of the map.
It went from a first person to a third person open world. That's a huge change.
What? Far Cry.
Far Cry was a first person linear story game, and it developed into a third person open world game. That's a drastic change.
No, Far Cry first person.
Yeah, that's what I said. Far Cry was first person.
No, but then you said
I'm talking about from Far Cry on the Xbox 360. You know, like the open world ones.
That was 3. 3 was the first time in the open world. 1 and 2 was first person though. Right. And you said to go as far back, so I'm calling you out because there's no the beginning.
Wait, I'm confused.
There's no people out already.
Hold up. Let me address the young lady.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Come on now. Can I have a conversation with the lady?
Calm down. I'm talking.
Say first person, right? Aren't they all
person? Yes. But it was linear story, and now it's open world. But it wasn't originally.
Okay, well, that's like semantics. I'm talking about the open world mechanics haven't changed much. I feel like I'm still climbing towers. I'm still skinning animals. But it's not just Far Cry that's guilty. I find a lot of open world games are following the same old tropes, and I'm kind of getting bored of them. I can't even finish Days Gone, And I like Days Gone. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it's just all so familiar.
Okay. Hey, so I got to be right back.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, it's all in, interpretation. Like, it depends on what you actually like. Like, if you feel like being able to just move around freely in the open world and that's like satisfying to you, I guess, I don't see somebody hating that. It just depends.
No, you understand me. I like open world games, but the content they give you to do within that world, it seems to be all fetch questy. It's the same thing. Go and get this, bring it back to me. Then you get another mission, and then it just feels very familiar.
I think it comes down to power.
All of the games, like there's not much imagination anymore. I'm finding like they're all following the same old tropes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're always on a hunt for something. You search for something. Sometimes it's something ridiculous, like a box of chocolates, like nothing to do with the game. But this character won't talk to you unless you get a box of chocolates for their mum who's dead. Like, it's ridiculous. Some of these games.
I still like some of that shit though. I mean, it's just, it's how fun is the game. Like,
Zelda
okay, yeah, if it has fetch quests, but like if the game is like truly fun, some of that shit is just kind of like blurred filler. Like, you don't really pay attention to that stuff that hard. You really just concentrate on what's fun about it. Is the shooting fun? Is fighting the enemies fun? Is driving through this open world or traversing through this open world fun? If those boxes that you have are checked and you like, okay, well then, hey, the game still is good. And I agree too, to a certain extent, as far as some of the samey fetch quest shit. Sometimes that does get a little boring, but
I want a little bit more originality.
A little bit more.
Okay. Zelda does it right. I mean, Zelda is Nintendo.
Let's say that for the Nintendo portion. Like, let's go into Zelda because you're
no, not the new Zelda. I'm talking about the old one. The one.
Okay, go.
The one that came out.
You better roll it back there, Foxy.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, the first one, right?
Yeah, that was amazing.
First real stab at a wild open game, and they nailed it first time. It's like unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't copy anybody. The quests were all interesting, even the minor ones. I didn't feel like I was going around the map aimlessly for no real conclusion. It's just filler. You know what I'm saying? The story's like 10 hours in these open world games. And the rest of the game, the other 90% of the game is just irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. What else was there at EA or Ubisoft? I said EA. Ubisoft show.
Don't say EA.
Yeah, I'm done with EA. Moving on from that garbage. So I talked about the soundtracks, talked about that. Watch Dogs Legion.
Dope.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not really like, again, I want to see more of the game. I do want to see more of it. It looked good. The fact they announced permadeaths in the game. So basically you can. Now, I don't know how that's going to play out, though, in terms of like long-term playability, right? But if you're playing with a certain character, let's say you like this character over somebody else, right? And this character dies, there's obviously no other chance to get. There's no way for you to get that character back. So I'm guessing,
permadeath, isn't it?
Yeah, it's permadeath. So there's no way to get that character back at all. So since you can't get these characters back, how are they going to do the story? You notice how there was different dialogue, or maybe it's the exact same dialogue. There's going to be a different skin for the character models. It's
like Zombie U. Remember Zombie U?
Okay.
Remember they died. It was permadeath, and then you'd be another character. They're using a similar mechanic from Zombie U.
I'm trying to look at it though, because remember they're saying you can literally recruit anybody, right? Like there's not. It's not like a bunch of people.
With characters, if you're going to be chopping that's characters, right? Where's the payoff? An investment in the characters. How are they going to get around that? Because you're not going to be spending a lot of time with these characters. So what do you connect with? Because I really like, in a story-driven game, okay, I like to connect with characters. Even if they die, that there's a payoff even when they die, because it invokes emotion in me.
Yeah.
I got used to that character and I liked them.
Yeah, I'm so used to the characters being properly built up, like a story, like this character experienced loss, this and the third. But it seems like in this game, we're just going to be attached to our phones looking at their, bank records and bios. So that's a little different. But
listen, I should be happy because I'm from London. I'm British. But I'm not sold on this, I'm afraid. I'm not sold.
You're not sold on it?
No.
I thought the old ladies would sell anybody on this because they switched to old women.
See, the problem with Watch Dogs, I liked it when it was gritty, right? The first game had a really boring character.
Yeah.
He was so one-dimensional, it was ridiculous. All right,
I do remember that.
Sound like he didn't care about his own lines.
First game is trash.
But I mean, I wouldn't say that. In my look, that's your opinion, so I can't disagree with you. I enjoyed Watch Dogs 1, but I didn't enjoy the main character. But I like the grittiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that they moved away from that with Watch Dogs 2 and now 3. It's become like comical. It's almost like a mixture of Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row. Like it's kind of, I don't know what Watch Dogs. It hasn't really got an identity for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my opinion. You know, I don't expect anyone to agree for the sake of it. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the games, it should have stayed gritty.
Right. Okay. I can agree with that.
I played part of Watch Dogs, and after that I put it down because it was like it just bored the shit out of me. And I didn't pick up Watch Dogs 2, even though Danny swears it's an improvement. I was like, nah, it's a hard pass for me. Part three,
I still haven't played the second one.
Part 3 is gonna be a hard pass for me. But before we go any further, I want to say, can you fucking believe that Just Stance is coming to the Wii? The new one?
What? Yeah. Because
the Wii.
It's still like 1 million people buying that game every year.
I was like, who the fuck's still making games for the Wii?
The Wii or the Wii U?
No, the Wii.
The Wii. No.
The new Just Dance is coming to the Wii.
Yeah. The Wii.
No sense at all.
Yeah, but the
anybody that still owns a Wii.
Yeah, but
that makes sense.
PS3 is getting FIFA 2020 though. PS3 is still getting FIFA 2020.
Yeah.
We said that like inside the internal DualShock. It was like, who the fuck's still making Wii games?
You guys remember that game, that Michael Jackson The Experience game? Y'all remember that? It actually did pretty good on
every
Wii and whatnot.
Listen, every Thanksgiving there are families all over the world still taking their Wii out once a year.
For just what? Like Just Dance?
Yeah, probably for Just Dance or some kind of family.
Terry, tell me, is that what you do at your family gathering, you and Joel?
No, we don't. And why would they keep their Wii for Just Dance? You can literally play that on your phone now. You don't even need your Wii.
We do SingStar every year though, like around the holidays. Like New Year's Day, we probably do SingStar, like you're forced to.
Yeah. Moving on through the conference, this is a pretty cool moment. They had the Punisher, aka Shane from The Walking Dead, come out with his dog, and he announced that he's going to be the main villain, I think, in the new Ghost Recon.
I was more interested in the dog, to be honest. I really like the dog.
That was pretty cool of an announcement. I'm not really into Ghost Recon, never got into it, and the reason why I never got into Ghost Recon or whatnot is because you could thank Wings of Redemption, aka Jordy Jordan, for that, because I see do get team killed all the time, so I'm not really.
Listen, he got a wonderful dog. Listen, if that's next gen, I'm going 4K dog he bought on stage. That is the best dog I've seen ever.
That was funny though. I was like, wait, is that a paid? Is the dog paid ad or is that his dog? He literally just said shit. The damn dog.
I was more interested in the dog. I love that breed.
Look, Fox, we got a dog in Call of Duty Ghosts. You should have been happy.
Oh God, that was not a dog. That was a damn excuse for you to eat him. Stop.
Again, even the fish upstairs.
So we had a dog in Call of Duty. That damn dog was just a hit marker eater. Come on, man.
even the fish upstaged the ghost dog.
You hear this motherfucker's a savage, man. Savage as fuck, man.
So there was that for the whole for that portion. They what else did they announce for Ubisoft show? Hold on, I go through
Gods and Monsters. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, there was that. There was another big announcement.
Zelda. That's a big announcement, dude. That's Assassin's Creed Odyssey team.
Yeah, no, not about the other big one. I was looking for the other big announcement because it was mostly a lot of
they got Ghostwire Tokyo by Tango.
There you go. That's it. That's the one.
They didn't show gameplay though.
Adorable Japanese lady that came on. I love her.
She's turned into a meme because she did that little pivot.
She's delightful, man. I'd love to have her around. She's great company.
And she's better than that obnoxious chick from like the last E3 who was hyping up Minecraft. You know what I'm talking about? The one that was making weird faces at the camera.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
She came out like an anime character. She did all the voices, the moves, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a cool little reveal. I'm trying to think if there was anything else because they did a lot of Ghost Recon talk. There was a lot of that.
Didn't Ubisoft have a game where you're stuck in a time loop?
Yes, Deathloop. Hell yeah.
Like you're
Definitely.
in a part. Are you in? Is it
Bethesda,
Arcane?
Was that Bethesda?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was Bethesda, right? Yeah, that was Arcane Studios. You're right. Yeah, my bad.
Rip.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I don't think I have anything else for Ubisoft.
We're gonna do a report card on them. What, do they get a score or something?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm saying I'm about to give you guys your report card, what you guys would give them.
I can't wait.
Mike, what you think?
I'm gonna give Ubisoft a 6 because you didn't mention the new IP they had, did you? The RPG one.
Which one was that? I'm missing like 2 years.
That was the one where there's like looked like Breath of the Wild. It's going to be.
I said it. Gods and Monsters, but he glossed over it. He didn't think it was big enough. Like it looked great to me.
Gotta bring my spreadsheet.
Oh shit! Yeah, he got his spreadsheet. He got his.
I gotta go back to my spreadsheet for it. I literally had everything here. I was like, ah, shit.
Man, you're like Sony pre 2008 spreadsheet.
All right. So you gave it a 6, Mike.
Yeah.
What would you give it, Dan?
I give it a 7. I thought the flow of the press conference was pretty dope. I love the music. I know a lot of people were kind of hating on like it didn't have Assassin's Creed announced. I'm like, okay, I was kind of bummed out too, but that music was dope as fuck. I love that Gods and Monsters. That did look dope. So definitely a 7 for sure.
Okay. Terry?
I actually gave it a 9 because I felt that they did a great job, and pretty much every single game they showed is something that I would play. Whereas all the other conferences, majority of the stuff they showed is stuff I was not going to play. So Ubisoft wins.
Terry hates games.
I loved it. I loved it. Like Ubisoft is the number one developer that I play games from. So I loved all their stuff. It's great.
That takes all her money.
Right.
Okay. I was like, Craig, what you thought?
I gave it a solid 6. I agree. I did like the pacing of it, and Ubi. I am interested in Watch Dogs 3. I didn't like Watch Dogs 2 at all. It was more millennial driven. Everybody knows millennials are retarded, but the overall pacing of the conference I liked. So it was solid, especially after the EA one. So anything was better than that.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Fox, what's your thoughts, brother?
Well, I'm gonna keep it real because Yves Guillemot is delightful for a multi-millionaire, very humble guy. So I like him. I like Gods and Monsters. I love the whole premise. It's like Zelda mixed with rhyme, and it's based on those whole mythological monsters and stuff. And it's coming to Switch, so I can play it portably. That's always a win. Not really feeling Watch Dogs Legion, I'm afraid. I don't like it. It's just so cliched as well. It's so... I mean, I'm insulted, actually, that they think that British people sound like that. Like, some of the accents were awful. Like, my goodness, that's such a cliche... get it right. If you're gonna do British, do it right. Some of it they're showing council estates and all that. Like, come on, man. But anyway, I give it. I can just see Yves Guillemot smiling. That little man, that little French man. I'll give it a 5.
Give it a 5. Okay. My verdict for it, I will give it a 6. I enjoy what I saw. I like it. I've actually felt like they cared. At least with their event, they came here, they were patient, like they were competent with our time and with their announcements with it. So they definitely included us. So that was good. I figured Terry would give it a 9 because she streams, so she's a streamer. So that makes sense. She likes those type of games. So whatever. Shout out to Helios $2 super chat. He says, Ryan, shout out to you and the panel. And you on Any Given Sunday? No, not on Any Given Sunday. I was on there once, or actually twice, but I appreciate that. Moving on to the star of the show. Now I'm playing. This ain't the star of the show. But Microsoft E3.
Hold on, Big Cloud. Before you go any further.
Go ahead. What's up?
I know you don't have the life system active, right?
But
I need you to take a life from Craig, though.
What do you do?
He has that Xbox body wash as his AVI. I need you to take that.
Craig is hilarious.
I tell you what, you can turn it on and take the life yourself right there.
All right, let me turn it over real quick. Let me just
because that's
Craig.
Craig, I don't know why you even had that damn thing.
Craig, you know you're hilarious, dude. You're hilarious, dude. You need a stand-up comedy show or something.
They stink. So I mean, why not? I mean, what's the big deal? They stink. I mean, you know.
All they heard it, Mike.
He says it so casually, so nonchalant, like they stink. They stink.
They suck. I mean, it was
in James Bond style.
There we go. Okay, we heard it. Let's get into this show. So before Microsoft even got their E3 2019 announcements, before we even got to the big show, obviously Craig is the walking reminder. Before we got into that actual show, there was the whole advertisement for the body wash, etc., and everybody was dumbfounded before we even got to the damn show. So now we got to the show, and well, this is what we have to talk about. So
can I just say something before you move on? Where is the same energy for Sony's jewelry collection? I mean, why is no one? That's ridiculous. That's just as ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Stick to the game. Why are you making jewelry?
No, winners wear jewelry.
No, but it's fake gangster hip hop jewelry with Sony logo.
No, it's fake. Well, it's fake like
you said winners wear jewelry.
Winners wear jewelry. There's a reason.
Have a winner that smells good and then just looks good.
Yeah, exactly. Let's keep the same energy. I agree with the lady. Let's keep the same energy.
Absolutely. This was after E3 though, wasn't it? This whole jewelry announcement.
Yes.
After E3? But yeah, I agree. Sony did come out and announced they're coming out with jewelry. I think it's the PlayStation logo. So
and it looks so fake. It looks like they want to be rappers jewelry.
Yeah.
You see that movie Four Brothers? You know when dude dissed him, he's like, "What's that, aluminum?"
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it look like. That shit don't even spin. So that's what you're getting. I don't know how much they charge you for that damn necklace.
That shit is trash.
Shout out to Savage Lobo. He said, "Get the tables." $2 super chat. Appreciate it. So let's get into the actual. Let's get into the E3. So basically, everything that we pretty much predicted was going to be shown here was actually shown here in terms of third-party games. All the third parties did show up. But in terms of the first party, that's where the problem lacked, or really was with Microsoft. It lacked the first party in terms of like the gameplay portions when it came to the games. One of the major games that's coming out from Microsoft in just 3 months is Gears of War 5. Gears of War 5 had no gameplay at this show.
I know, ridiculous.
And I need to ask everybody on the panel, why is that us having the gameplay? Yet they had the nerve to show us a Terminator spinoff with the character. You know what I'm talking about? They showed a Terminator from Terminator 2 holding the Lancer for one scene, and then they switched to a Horde mode. Why are we seeing this instead of the single player for Gears of War 5?
Oh, well, that's simple. They it's just the whole conference is disappointing. They either don't have it ready yet for gameplay, but I did hear there was gameplay of it on the floor.
I had a few friends that told me and texted me they played it. They said it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you. Gears of War Escape. Thank you.
And whoever directed their show, whoever directed it should be fired. Talk about the Microsoft show. They should have fired them at the halfway mark.
Yeah,
so, you lot are harsh, man. Jeez.
Well, I mean, you have a director.
Cool. Like, to be legit honest with y'all, there was some cool announcements at this show. It's just, again, what took me out of Microsoft's conference was just the lack in their own, you know what I'm saying, their own studios. And then they announced something that I said on this podcast a while back. Y'all remember when I said that Microsoft could very well merge Game Pass with Xbox Live Gold? Y'all remember that?
And they did it.
It's now officially happened. They have Game Pass Ultimate is coming to PC users, and they even announced that PC users will have their own separate games for Game Pass.
Well, yeah, I have that.
That's good though, right? That's good though, right?
I spent my.
I mean, it's good for I mean, it's a value. Sure, you get Game Pass, you get Gold. Sure, that's a value, but I just find it crazy that people didn't think Game Pass was going to evolve into what we see here today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people were damn controlling that event, saying, "No, there's no way it was going to turn into."
I'm expecting XCloud to get.
I must have missed all that.
Yeah, they announced PC Game Pass.
No. For I'm talking about the Ultimate for it as well.
Yeah, but wasn't that always a thing? Like, I heard about that ages ago.
Yeah,
well, it was never confirmed.
It was like reported. It was like reported or leaked. It never happened. Yeah, it was like reported.
No.
Yeah, it was. I bought that thing for it's 4 quarters, and it proved 2 things. They do have enough IP where when they do go to put Game Pass on a PlayStation, which is their next step, they'll be able to put different games. That's what they're showing. So it's a service.
Yeah,
It was disappointing. I'm not gonna say it was trash. I'm not gonna sit up here and really.
It certainly wasn't trash, but Craig, it is a terrible indictment when your best game feature is a third-party multiplayer game.
Yeah,
I mean, but that was that. You're right. It was disappointing, but to hear the damage control. I mean, I know these guys like they biscuits buttery, but to hear the damage control coming out of their community. And we finally got to wait till next E3. I mean, that was happening during the conference. I just said, hey, you know what? Yeah, they're dumb.
Do you notice they're already using next gen level graphics already to demonstrate trailers rather than show you what it's going to look like on the One X? Because
I thought that was
Halo trailer was actually either Xbox Scarlet or representative of Xbox Scarlet, meaning it's probably a PC built to the same, built to the same spec though.
Yeah,
as what they expect Scarlet to pump out.
And they turned him on, Foxy. They turned Master Chief on by hooking up an HDMI cable. For Christ's sake. It's back.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's not really a good look when the Xbox One X has only been out, what is it, coming up to 3 years now? Okay. That's gone from the world's most powerful console to we're kind of ashamed to show versions of it in our trailers now. So we're not going to show it. We're going to show the next gen.
It's called the console that Microsoft forgot.
Because at least Sony is still showing like Final Fantasy VII and stuff remake. It's PS4 Pro footage.
Yeah.
They're not showing you it on some next generation hardware. Like that's almost telling you throw away your Xbox Ones now. Because they're already showing you next gen. If it's not CGI, it's a PC built to the spec of what they expect Scarlet to be. And I think that's not good because I really focus on now. Because if Halo Infinite, as they say, is coming out on the One X and the Xbox One, they need to show it on those platforms. Even if it is a cutscene, show it running on the X at least. I don't want to see because even Digital Foundry did their little analysis thing. And even they said this is not current gen. This is some next gen level stuff. It's all in game. So it was real time. So it's definitely not CGI for Halo because they showed the glove, Master Chief's hands and how it was perfectly rounded. And we all know when it comes to polygons, it's hard to get perfectly round assets, right? You got to use a lot of polygons for that, right? Lots. Yes. So this was perfectly rounded and the materials were way beyond anything capable on current gen hardware. Digital Foundry has attested to that. So that's already disgusting, in my opinion, of Microsoft to like, hey, we know we just sold you an Xbox One X, but forget about that because, hey, we're going to show on hardware that doesn't exist yet. Like, that's rude.
See, you think that's the disgusting part? The disgusting part I haven't even gotten to right now. I'm about to move over to the.
Wait, didn't it say it not actual gameplay on the video? Like the actual video, I thought it said at the bottom right. It said not actual game.
What, for Halo? For Halo?
Yeah, for Halo.
No, that was whatever it was. Digital Foundry have already said it was running in real time.
Yes, but that's not. But it's kind of misleading because whatever that scene was, okay, it may have been running in real time, but it wasn't gameplay. It's not going to exist within the final product of Halo.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that was just like, I was like, why even show it then?
Yeah, but that's no different from what Nintendo did, really. They showed Legend of Zelda that wasn't gameplay, but that's representative of the graphics in the game, though.
For sure.
Yeah, and they did the same thing with the Iron Man VR for the state of play.
Even the Avengers, you're not going to be playing it at those angles that they showed you in the gameplay trailer.
Right, like cutting it back and forth like that. Or
that was all cinematic. That was all cinematic. That was like replay.
But I
that'd be interesting. They did do that, where it's like they cut between the characters, like like you play. It probably, they're probably gonna treat like Injustice. Like it's gonna be.
They showed it like you'd see Gran Turismo shown as a replay. Like it looks way better as a replay than it does when you're actually driving on the track.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
but even though it's still using the same in-game engine,
yeah, well,
they're able to do more, cinematically.
Yeah, Square Enix though they said the people that actually were able to play the game, it looked a lot better than what they showed. But what that said, who knows? Who knows? I'm just glad they made the game. But go ahead, Big Cloud, back to Microsoft's.
I just wish they would have showed something. Like if you got all these gameplay demos, then put that shit on stage.
We got something that was pretty cool. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Is that Blair Witch game that was on their stage?
Oh, it's a walking simulator.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know what that shit.
I didn't really pay much attention to that one.
We got something there.
I'm definitely interested in playing that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it, but it's a walking simulator.
Blair Witch hasn't been a thing since the 90s, so.
But it's also mainly only going to be on Xbox and PC. So it's kind of
hashtag PC.
Yeah. Here's a problem.
And you're playing
Sony weren't there. Okay, this was Microsoft's moment to totally dominate E3, and all they did is they bought the games, but they showed the worst way of demonstrating them. Like no Halo gameplay, no Gears 5 gameplay, not even the Cyberpunk was CGI, by the way. That wasn't even in-game graphics. That wasn't even in-engine. That was all CGI.
What is the difference in Cyberpunk and Deus Ex: Mankind Divided?
A lot, a big difference.
A lot.
Really? It looks like a bunch of
Deus Ex. You mean? Oh, I ain't gonna say it.
Well, no, it looks like
you said Deus Ex.
Yeah, they call it Deus, whatever the hell it's called. It's man and machine put together.
Deus Ex.
Well, whatever it's called. It's man. It's man and machine combined.
Like douche. They got a game.
No, it's man and machine combined. So
y'all remember that hilarious reveal we got for a game? It was called GTFO.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny as shit. That was funny as shit for X.
No, that other game they showed, that deer game, that's what I'm buying because I'm gonna hump.
No, fuck that.
I'm gonna hump that little deer.
You're the humpty hump.
I can't support that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hump and I'm gonna have that.
Then he went off camera to die laughing.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the hell out of that game. I'm gonna have that deer cleaning itself and hump the little deer.
Do the humpty hump.
Yeah.
Oh God!
That's in 4K. That was a native 4K game, so I'm excited about that.
That shit look crispy. I'm telling you.
Let's get into the portions that really started to piss me off. Now again, we said Cyberpunk. Here's the thing: Cyberpunk was a good thing, right, for the show, but it was also kind of a curse. You think about it. After we saw the trailer, what did they do? They had a segment that could have been used for Gears of War 5 in terms of showing off gameplay,
right?
And that was Keanu Reeves coming out and announcing that he's in the game.
Dude, that blew my mind. That shit was shocking as shit.
It was cool to see him on stage. I think we all can agree. It's cool to see Neo on stage.
That was the highlight of their show. The Keanu Reeves.
That was. I ain't gonna lie. That was the highlight of the show.
The 2 years is a highlight of their show.
Yeah, that was cool to see him on stage, but at the same time,
I feel like it went on too long as well.
That time came into the game.
By the time we got to the end of the conference, okay. Like I forgot a lot of the smaller games. I couldn't remember them because they showed 60 games, right? That's a lot to remember. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a ton of games.
Yeah. And I was in a hospital bed all drugged up watching it. And by the time I was like, it finished, I was like, oh, I can only remember the like Halo, Gears, and like Cyberpunk. I couldn't really remember any other games like Forza Lego. Who asked for Forza Horizon 4 Lego? Who asked for that?
Yeah, it was I actually gave him a little props for that. I actually thought that was interesting for announcement. That was cool, but again,
waste of resources.
It's kind of a waste.
It's DLC. I mean, it's got people's interest.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd rather the A-Team or something. Like, you remember the A-Team series?
Yes.
Back in the 80s? I'd rather a tie-in to that or something like that.
Yeah. That's crazy. After that, what did they do? They announced a new controller. Yes, sir.
Big Cloud, I'm sorry.
What's up?
If you go back to the Cyberpunk shit, because your shit was lit up, I thought, on Twitter. about what it was shown on. Remember,
Yeah.
The report.
Remember we were talking.
That shit was debunked.
It was officially confirmed that it was shown on PC.
Yeah, I mean, it was shown on PC last year.
It was not because they tried to say it was PS4 Pro.
Oh,
yeah, that's the thing.
Are you talking about the trailer where he goes to the apartment and washes his face in the sink?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a report.
That wasn't even PC. That's CGI.
Yeah,
That's not
even.
Yes, but it was shown on a PC. I know people were they thought that, you know how it is, man. Some people think like that's in game. I know it wasn't really in game, but it was crispy as fuck.
It was,
and I think people were like, they were just shocked, and they were like, "Is that running on a console?" And then Forbes did that article about it coming out.
Yeah, with Forbes to myself. Oh, we confirmed that it's running on PS4 Pro. I'm glad I did not say it actually was. I just say, well, I don't know how I feel about this.
I saw you had that shit on Twitter. I was like, he was like, you threw that shit like in the pond, like please. Just...
What was on the tip? It was on something called.
I'm like, bro, don't let this be true. You know, don't let this be true at the one I just saw.
They showed it. They showed it on the interior in the video hardware. That's what made me mad. But you know, it is what it is. Clean looking game.
That was pre-rendered. That was all pre-rendered. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
When that comes out on PC, I don't care what rig you've got. It is not going to look like what they showed in that trailer.
Well, it better, or else I'm gonna be mad.
It better. No, I don't look like that on PC.
You know what gave it away? Do you know what gave it away? If you look at the edges of everything, right? It was too perfect. And not only that, the skin, you could see when he's washing his hand, the skin was going in. Like even in movies, in Hollywood movies with CGI there, you don't always see it like that. Like even when he had him in a headlock and you can see like his face getting squashed up into. No way you're gonna get that on the PC. No way.
I don't know. Did they confirm they were taking full advantage of the new 20?
That was moving quality,
bro. Ray tracing and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure it possibly could look like that because they did confirm a while back that they were taking full advantage.
You're in denial, Foxy. You're in denial, Foxy.
We've already seen it running. We've already seen 50 minutes of gameplay like almost a year ago. Did it look like that trailer? No, it didn't.
Well, again, I'm thinking they dumbed it down for console, but I'm pretty sure they're going to take full advantage on PC.
That 20 minutes they're taking advantage of. I guarantee it.
I'm telling you right now. Mark my words. Mark my words, Foxy. I'm telling you right now. When we get this game, it's going to be PlayStation people saying, it's been Keanu Reeves downgraded.
Well, no, look.
I mean, we get that every damn game. Though.
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, what's that? Oh, everybody, one at a time. One at a time.
CD Projekt Red, they got checkerboard 4K on Witcher. On the Pro, they got dynamic 4K.
Listen, all of these games have been downgraded. Watch Dogs, the first Watch Dogs that we first saw, the very first trailer, even the PC didn't get that.
No. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to prove you wrong on that because there was a mod.
No, let me finish. Before you jump in, let me finish so you can. I'm
going to prove you wrong about the PC version.
Prove me wrong with all the information in your hand. Right?
I got to lock the load.
The very first Watch Dogs trailer I ever saw, he's walking with his hands in his pocket and the wind is blowing the newspapers and all that stuff and incredible rain effects.
Yeah.
Like when that released, even the PC didn't get that. And not only that, right? The Witcher, with mods. I'm talking about.
Not. It wasn't like a mod that altered the graphics. All the mod
there is a mod pack that has that presentation though. You know that, right? There was a mod for that.
And even
on the package that you downloaded, like on Uplay, if you look in the folders, you can see what's called labeled E3 textures. The mod that came out, literally all it did was unlock the textures. It didn't have like a texture pack. It just literally unlocked it. And if you added that little simple mod, it was like 3 KB. So it was tiny. It just literally looked like E3's demo. Like when I played it on my PC, I was like, okay, this game is boring as fuck. But this shit is
but you played it at the E3
I played the E3 fucking version. And
but the majority, you're lucky because the majority of people didn't get to play that version. But here's the thing, Witcher 3, even the Witcher 3, the first footage of gameplay that was shown and trailers, even the PC version didn't look like that when it released. It got downgraded. And I love The Witcher 3. I put 600 plus hours into the game, and I'm happy with the graphics I'm getting on the Pro. But I'm saying, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. When you look at the original trailer, which they say is in game, and they're showing it on PC, even the PC version gets downgraded.
And it was sad.
It's target footage, bro. They do that to sell the game to investors.
Yeah.
Then they show that same thing they showed the investors.
I ain't gonna lie.
When it comes
we gotta look back at a game that y'all talked about at the start of the show. Y'all remember Anthem? We're in the first demo we saw for Anthem, running on supposedly on the X.
Oh man,
remember that? It looks nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it's a vertical slice. It's there to sell you. It's a pitch.
Yeah.
But when you get the final product, it's half of what you were promised.
It was disappointing.
Did Terry just say day one consoles had too many flaws? Terry, every console you own has broke. What's going on?
No, day one console.
Every console that you have is
no. Day one consoles, and no one can say otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
PlayStation 4 when it came out, what did it have? It was a brick, right?
I can go through quite a few. It had let's see, it had power adapter problems. Yeah. It had history problems.
Man, let us speak.
Xbox 360 had its problems at launch. Doesn't matter who does it, Microsoft or Sony, they always have broken consoles at launch. They both do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it doesn't mean but it doesn't mean everybody has those problems.
Everybody has them, but enough people have them to where it's a problem to where they have to have a mass reshipment back to the thing to fix them all. And then everyone's like, well, I just bought this. Now you're going to tell me I can't have a console for 3 months? Yeah, that's a problem. This is
well, let me ask you this right here, because we're getting ready to get into this portion of this E3 or this Microsoft show, which made me cringe because I don't understand why anybody would be excited for this. Well, unless you just like, spending money, on these damn controllers. But Microsoft announced a new Elite controller, and this was wireless and it's chargeable and has a dot. Now I have a question for you. Is this something that you would be willing to purchase? And it costs damn near the same as the console.
Yeah, I'd buy it.
Y'all buy this new. Y'all will buy the new Elite controller.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah, I'd buy it for the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah.
You buy it for the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, because I use a dongle in it, and you can make it work on any
console. Oh, that damn I need some of that fucking fuck.
Yeah,
it's 8-bit dough or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting it for my PC.
I love it. It looks wonderful. I love the fact that it's wireless and chargeable. Wireless charging.
Is it durable?
It is greaseless.
I love it, man. Listen, I think the Xbox controller is better than the DualShock 4 controller, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the PS4 is way better than the Xbox One.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
You sold, Terry? You sold on it?
On what, the controller?
The new controller.
I don't buy controllers. I always just use the controller that comes with the console, and I never have to buy new controllers. I still have the original controller that came with my first generation Xbox One.
The one with the dead zone.
So your controller lasts all that time, like
I don't break my shit.
No,
No, I'm talking about the ones where you can't change the battery, like DualShock. Because I've had to change my DualShock since I've had my.
I like this one. Yeah, that's the way I am. I've got the same one I've had.
I use the original stuff, except for my Sony, because all that stuff breaks and I have to replace all that crap.
Well, you should know now that the days of play at GameStop, you can replace your gamepad for $25. You just have to take it up to GameStop and they'll exchange your old one for a new one. Brand new.
You can buy batteries on Amazon. DualShock 4 batteries and Switch Pro controller. All you have to do is open up the controller, and you can see the battery in the Pro controller at the back actually, because it's kind of translucent. If you hold it up to the light, you can actually see. It looks like a cell phone battery.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that controller has lasted longer than you said your PS4 Pro lasted, or your PS4.
Has.
That is insane.
It has.
I've never had a problem with my
outlasted all of my.
I still have the launch edition PS4, and it's been here since day one.
I have the first generation PS4, and it don't work.
My first generation PS4 controller, it charges in 20 minutes faster than any DualShock 4 controller in the world.
Hold on.
Let me finish. It only lasts for 20 minutes. That's the catch.
I'll say, don't last long.
It doesn't hold the charge for longer than 20 minutes.
It only lasts 20 minutes. Your PS4 controller?
Yeah, my original one, the launch day PS4, the old PS4
one. Yeah.
Controller now. It charges in 20 minutes, but it only holds a charge for 20 minutes. Like it's dead now.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're in trouble now.
It only lasts like 4 hours.
So I can get about 4 to 6 hours out of my PS4.
Exaggerating, but no, it does have a bad battery.
Yeah, it has a bad battery life, the first one.
Get 4 hours of gameplay out of that.
Yo, hold on. Before we go any further, take this man's life, Danny.
What?
Oh, God.
This man is coming here like...
There's no life here.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
A man is coming here with a half-assed head.
We'll take a life for you. Keep stepping up.
Exactly.
Go ass down.
All you see is his forehead. All you see is this guy's forehead.
Shout out to the 160 people watching.
You know what?
Yeah, hit that like button.
Hit that like button to the 160 people watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, man. Tons of fun.
And you're on your camera.
Show's lit, man. Show's lit. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the even more announcements at the show. I can... Okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna move on. Fuck that shit.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
Halo.
Is it like that?
Halo Infinite was shown.
I hope when they bring out the Scarlet that they continue making that type of controller where you can recharge it like the PS4 controller. Because I hate replacing the fucking batteries in the fucking Xbox controller. And plus,
you got a little bit of hope. They have rechargeable batteries.
You're the one that has to make me go get your batteries.
And plus, I replaced my Xbox controller like 3 or 4 times because these fucking pads are fucking disgusting.
You can buy a rechargeable Xbox controller pack for like $10, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's like a charge kit.
Yeah, playing charge.
Wait,
weren't they shady though? Let's go back for a second.
I don't want to buy a charge kit. I want to do something like this. Plug it in and go with it. Like charge, unplug it.
Wasn't it a little shady though?
Charge kit is.
Yeah, weren't they shady as hell at the start of the generation though with the $30 charge kit?
That's the difference.
Yeah, but the new Elite controller has got a rechargeable.
Got one page.
You can do this. You can do this, Harry.
Oh my God!
I know what the fuck.
Jesus.
Notice how it sound cut out when he was shaking the damn controller. It's like,
I don't even know who's talking when they're talking because I'm looking at this as if I'm watching it like everyone else on YouTube. So the voices don't even match the faces when they're coming up.
Oh man!
You better go on that good internet then, son. Because
I'm seeing the same thing a little bit like for bits and pieces.
Nah, there's obviously a delay between the broadcast going live and people watching. It's not like 1-to-1.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing to do with the internet. It's just the way it works.
Congratulations, Google. You are trash.
Damn.
I think people are just mad. 4K 60, and people are mad as hell at Google.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. xCloud was shown.
Yeah, trash. Trash.
I thought you were so, Craig.
No, I mean, all I've heard for the last 36 months is how trash streaming is, and PS Now can't do it. And now here comes Xbox with the exact same goddamn thing. It is, this is so great. And the Xbox is a water bra. It's a woman with a water bra. Okay, you got her home, you got her on the couch, and then you went in to make her food, and then she had a water bra, and you were mad at the Xbox. And you still do what you got to do with your Xbox, or you still do what you got to do with that woman, but you do it with a scowl on your face. I mean, this is bullshit.
Craig Harris, as a feminist, I am offended.
Well, I'm offended by the water bra. I mean, what the hell's that all about? So, but that's what the Xbox is. It's a water brawl. So I'm so sick and
A
tired.
water brawl.
His knowledge is kind of leery, but okay.
Well, it's the way it is. I mean, trash.
Craig, I'm British. What's a water brawl?
It's something you don't want to run into. I'll leave it there. It's something you don't want to run into on a Friday night after half a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh God. Let's move on here. Oh, is that? Oh, look, who else is in the show? Is that Brandon? What's up, man?
Brandon, the whole man.
Hey,
this man looking like
how's it going, guys?
Man looking all crazy in the background, smiling like, yeah, I'm here.
Michael. Once again,
yeah, you act like I didn't see you. I played hotel looking like, yeah.
Got a shot of vodka. He's like, let's go. Let's do this.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up?
Brandon, you got them fucking Days Gone bangs going on right now, dude.
I've been gaming since like 8 this morning, so.
You look like
Danny,
bro.
I'm almost beating Resident Evil 2, dude.
You look like you've been a hostage for a while.
Fuck it. Y'all do that shit y'all see on YouTube where it's like sex send me to the ER.
Dude, come on here looking like he's suffering from Stockholm syndrome.
They were like, nah.
I'm just playing with you.
They were like, what was it? Sex sent me to the ER. They like, Gamey sent me to the ER and shit. Like, little shit.
You look like Stockholm syndrome, bro.
Oh my God.
Hey, Dan.
Anyway, welcome to the RGT, bro.
That's that game addiction shit. We need a clinic.
Yo, Foxy.
Bro, you need to live in South Korea. You're in the wrong country.
Yo, Foxy, it looks like he's playing Resident Evil 2 in the fucking basement, all chained up.
Hey, I almost had that game beat.
I hope so. You're playing this morning.
Oh man, you look like Ted Bundy came back from the grave and made you play Xbox.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I try not to laugh at my bro, I'm trying not to laugh at my bro. What's up, Brandon?
Anyway.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for having me back there.
Oh shit! All right, anyway, welcome to RGT, bro. Good to see you.
Seriously though, you look like you've been like through hell, bro.
See that man? I won't let him live.
I know, like I say, man.
Let him
Foxy,
live.
bro.
All right, go into the games. God damn it, Jesus! they show Psychonauts 2.
He looks like after the fight.
Nope, I'm hyped for that shit.
Well, let me ask you all this. Microsoft spent over $11 million to buy that studio, correct? With Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Okay. Then why did they buy that studio only to turn around and publish it on all devices? I mean, that's the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. So
wait, say it again, bro. Say it again.
Well, they bought the studio. They spent money, good money on that studio. Fair enough. Shout out to them for doing that. But they did it. Now they're going to publish. Why not buy the studio and publish it exclusively on your console?
About Double Fine Studios.
Yeah, because they showed off Psychonauts.
Oh, they didn't buy Double Fine Studios. They bought Tim Schafer. That's what they bought.
Oh shit!
But they bought it to publish it on all the other platforms.
They bought him for his name, Tim Schafer.
No.
Oh God.
Tim Schafer is more famous than Double Fine Studios, believe it or not. More people heard of Tim Schafer than they've heard of Double Fine Studios.
Oh. Well,
Okay.
sure, fair enough.
All right. Okay.
I thought they had that deal where they said it was before they actually signed on the dotted line that, hey, we're going to release this on multi-plat, but everything else that we develop from here on out will be strictly Microsoft. I thought that was the deal that they had. I could be wrong, but
yeah, they are. All these games, once they finish with the games that they started before the deal was struck, right? They're going to start doing Microsoft platforms only.
Well, they did terrible deals. I mean, you don't buy me. I don't buy something now and then say, yeah, you can still finish what you're doing. I cancel what you're doing and say, you're going to work for me.
That's because Craig is savage, man.
I mean, I like Double Fine Studios. I like Psychonauts, but they're not the most prolific studio. I mean, I don't see it as a major coup. It's not like a big get for me.
Yeah.
You know, if they didn't announce it, I'll be indifferent. It doesn't matter whether they have them or not.
Yeah. That shit. Okay.
They're
So
not Naughty Dog,
Psychonauts.
are they? Let's not Naughty Dog, right? They're
Let's
not
go
Naughty
through the
Dog.
list here. So Psychonauts 2 was shown again. How y'all feel about it? Good, bad?
I'm just
I love
any
it.
game called Psycho Nuts is fine with me.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, listen,
Terry, you shaking your head.
Ryan,
Yeah.
let the prisoner talk, man. He's been just quiet.
Oh, Jesus.
Get unshackled, boy.
He's on parole.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Brandon, go ahead, Brad. You got the floor, bro. Go ahead, man. You got the floor. Just let this man breathe. Give him the floor. Jesus Christ.
Psychonauts is a pretty good game. I think I'll probably try it out.
And so this shit went left.
Be
Oh,
careful
that
what
is-
you say, right? I'm gonna have to call your parole officer. Be careful what you say.
Check them out.
I'm still tripping on the Psycho Nuts.
Oh,
Why?
shit. Oh,
Why?
God. Okay.
No, dude, I don't want to be cruel. I'm only joking.
He's joking, but damn, my fucking spot
I'm
hurts.
joking, bro. It's obviously early where you are. It's like you look like he looks like he's still in yesterday.
Foxy, we gonna box, man.
You look like
God.
you're on a different planet. He's on a different planet time,
You
innit?
sure?
Different time, different Earth zones, different planet zones.
It looks like you
Oh,
strapped
God.
your face and had a shower for like 2 weeks.
No,
No,
Jesus.
that's you, Michael.
Nah.
Savage.
That's
Man.
That's savage as fuck.
Savagery at its finest. Y'all see this live. Savagery at its finest.
Yo, Craig, why don't you load your boy over here some of that Xbox body wash?
Oh, you can have it.
No,
Damn.
You can have it.
What is happening? What is
I
happening?
play it all day long. I mean, my God. I bet
Hey,
it's
Brandon.
good.
Hey,
That
Brandon, don't
Xbox
worry.
body wash fucking
Hey,
me
Brandon,
up.
don't worry. We're going to spray this panel when I get back on the show and y'all go live again. We're gonna spray the panel.
We all smell like Xbox sad. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's like-
saying?
Y'all smell like L's.
Yeah, smells like Teen Spirit. Is what that
It's a team spirit.
That's that Craig scent. That's what
let me
that is.
let me just say, Brandon, sir. Brandon, can I just say to Brandon, sir, always remember, you're a survivor, not a victim. Remember that.
No,
Okay.
I like how Terry just looking down this entire time. Damn,
No,
Terry, I
hey,
think
man.
that's 1,000 words. That face says it all.
Terry, tell us, Terry, how do you feel? How do you
That
feel,
damn
Terry?
face. Let me
Don't let the
shout out
rest
to my brother.
On the body wash, it might be a really good product. You
Yeah.
know?
I've got it. It's not that good. It smells like loss.
I like okay.
Listen,
I guarantee you Terry's gonna unbox that shit on the platform podcast. I
Man,
guarantee.
hell no, no. Listen,
if Links Africa
That is
doesn't
a-
work, none of them will.
that's a instant death.
Oh shit.
Show.
It smells like a loss.
Yeah, I think she gonna
Smells like
unbox that shit
loss.
live.
You know.
All right, let's shout out to RDL Matador. What's up, bro? He said, "What's good, panel? State of play incoming. Sony should definitely buy Remedy and take them to the level. Phil Spencer is a double agent."
I love it when people say, "Oh, Sony should just buy this company or Microsoft should buy that company." Like these companies have no say. What if they don't want to be bought? What if they like their independence?
Yeah, we've already seen it with Insomniac. Insomniac didn't want to be bought a while back.
Yeah.
It sounds like a dictatorship though, like tyrannical. Oh, you should buy them, take them.
Yeah, I mean they'll probably announce a couple of smaller.
It's all about taking in this industry, man.
Hey, Kim Jong Un's up in here, man, trying to overtake.
No,
Oh Lord. Moving on to the next game share because y'all crazy. Obviously they showed off Star Wars again, multi-plat show, so that made sense. They showed off the Outer Worlds. Did anybody care about the Outer Worlds?
Yeah, I'm buying that day one. That's
Okay.
It looks
It's
good.
like Fallout. It's like Fallout, though, isn't it? It's very similar.
Yeah. It's Fallout New Vegas.
It looks
it's
dope,
Outer
though.
Worlds.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I'm not really into Borderlands. I never got into it. The only Borderlands game I legit played was the one from Telltale. I didn't play the series. I didn't get into it yet, but I hear good things. So.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Telltale ones. I love the music and the direction of that. But
Borderlands 2 is dope, man, and it just got a DLC, free DLC, so you might love it, man.
Okay. I think it's free, isn't the Handsome Collection for PS Plus?
I put 10 hours into that, and then I got fed up with it.
Oh wow. There's another game they announced called Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, that's
really
Game of Thrones collaborator.
Yeah, collaboration with Dark Souls developer from software.
Martin or something. What's his name?
Yeah, George
Martin.
Yep.
Yeah,
George
Martin, something like that. Something.
Yeah, that was pretty cool looking. This was the announcement that really got me hyped though, because I've been waiting for gameplay for this game for a while. I love the first Dying Light. So seeing Dying Light 2's gameplay, even more of it, was pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Is that a multiplayer?
That's multiplayer. It's going to be on all platforms. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to know.
Hashtag PC.
Yeah. Ori in the World of Wisp. Now, I don't know if it's because I've seen this game over and over and over, but it's just I didn't really care, to be honest with you.
It's been in development too long. I mean, it's an indie title. Crying out loud. How long's it been in development? Like the entirety of Xbox?
4 years, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, but Foxy, do you think they were ready to do a sequel? Or you think, because the way they're acting like they were shocked.
Yeah,
to get
kind of acting like what's the name? The dude behind what was that game? That fucking shit. Fuck. What was that space game they came out with for PlayStation that kind of flopped?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Remember how like he was talking about the online feature, but he could never look at the audience. He kept looking down. So, oh yes, yeah. That's kind of how that's the vibe I'm getting with the Ori guys right now. I was like, yeah, okay, they're just saying shit for the sake of saying shit.
I mean, it will release, but I think for an indie title, I mean, it's not the biggest project, is it? It's beautiful, but it's not like it's the most complicated game. It's not like they had to rebuild the engine. I mean, you're using the original engine and reiterating on it. Why is it taking so long? I mean, come on, it's a 2.5D game. What's going on?
Yeah. You're right. That's a good point.
They're adding microtransactions. That's why it's taking so long.
Nintendo, I would not be surprised. Listen, Nintendo released all their games for Switch in the time since we've heard about Ori 2, and we're getting sequels to games, Zelda, that's already released, and it still hasn't come out for Xbox. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Let's see what else they announced. Obviously, we talked about the Blair Witch game. Wasteland 3 was another game they showed off.
And is that a multi-plat or is that?
Hey, are we still talking about Microsoft?
Yeah, we got like 3 games left. Bleeding Edge.
Trash.
That was leaked before the show.
Trash. Move on.
Looks beautiful, but not a fan.
Not for y'all. Not for y'all.
Looks beautiful though. I must say, looks beautiful.
Crossfire X.
Disappointing
in Crossfire.
You know what? Microsoft's that flight simulator looked a bomb diggy. I like that.
Yeah, ironically, that was actually next to Age of Empires 2.
That was beautiful. I love the graphic. That looked amazing.
Battletoads. I'm not feeling the art style for the new Battletoads.
I'm feeling it.
It looks dope. Like a 90s Saturday morning cartoon kind of deal.
Yeah, I was expecting something like Killer Instinct. You know what I'm talking about? Like something at that level, like something dope like that.
I guarantee you that goes to Switch.
Nah, I would not be surprised. After we get done with this E3, I would not be surprised. Tell you, this is special, guys. This is extended, so enjoy yourselves and sit back, relax, extend the show. Because
but yeah,
they announced coming to it.
The art style didn't like pop off for me, but I do want to try it and play because I'm like a long time fan of Battletoads.
Okay, yeah, not my cup of tea. This one. Minecraft, of course, we can't get through a show like this without Minecraft. They showed up Minecraft, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
That looks good.
Looks dope.
Let me ask: the Dragon Ball Z game is an exclusive, right? That's only going to be on the Xbox.
No, I think it's for all console.
Okay, so it's a multi-plat. All right, see this.
Yeah. He's wiping his head like, whoo.
And that's pretty much it. The rest of these games are pretty much we went through, so that's nothing.
Oh no, you didn't talk about. Oh no, that's right, you did.
I did. We talking about. I covered everything. Trust me.
Oh, you're right. My bad. What about that Funko thing, though, man? That bitch ain't had no.
You missed out on one crucial thing.
What's up?
Xbox Scarlet, dude.
Okay. I was trying to get to that, so I was cut off. I was going to get to that.
Ouch.
Anyway, after this showing, they went into a video package starring the same cast who gave you the Xbox One X. Literally the exact same people, the exact same tone. Oh, this is the We Heard You console. Oh, Xbox has been about innovation. Oh, Xbox is going to be about this, that, and third. What I found interesting is that she kept talking about load times, right? Now, what do we keep hearing about PS5 is load times. We saw a demo of how games were loading in like 5 seconds, something like that, right? Games, there's no texture pops. So obviously that was a big takeaway from her statements was that. But another thing they did say, and it made sense because Phil doesn't know this, right? They didn't say we're the most powerful console, even though they're trying to become the world's most powerful console. They didn't necessarily say that we are the most powerful console. Instead, he flipped it to we are the most immersive console that we're going to be coming out with is this one.
No, he also said it will be the most powerful Xbox we ever made. But I want to ask you all this. I want to ask the whole panel this. Why are people parsing words? I've not seen so much moisture ever come out of grown-ass men in the Xbox community. We've got 1, 2, 3. I mean, D-Batch is damaging control. They're making fun of this man on 4 different continents, for Christ's sake. So I mean, it's the damage control. Is it or is it not going to be more powerful than the PlayStation? Because my source, everybody knows who my source is. Lou Wafa says he says it's not going to be. So, but we'll have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But if it's not. Let's just talk about if it's not more powerful, but it still does the same thing. Here's
the thing. After what they showed at this event, right? 90% of shown was third-party games.
Right.
Correct.
That's pretty much it. Sony is not there, but we knew for a fact what Sony was working on going into it. We know PSX more likely going to happen this year. Right? I think we can all agree that's in December. So Sony's got their own games.
Sony was there. If every game they showed was on Sony's PlayStation,
oh God, where'd you get that before? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. And so since we know what Sony is working on, and we know what the rumor games are going to be happening, and the fact that they're going to be purchasing more studios, again, it's like, who cares about the power narrative? At the end of the day, this was Microsoft's chance to put up. Basically, they had to put up. Otherwise, they could just, what I'm saying? Nobody cared. They really didn't shock us at all with this, with the announcement. Now, the people who were saying that this probably was amazing, again, probably PC gamers, or a lot of them just were interested in the third-party games. And if that's you, the show was probably great for you. There was a lot of third-party announcements. But for the core Xbox gamers who buy it for the first part, this was not for you. There was nothing here. And it felt like Microsoft gave the back seat to Xbox gamers at all and prioritized PC gamers. And I know Dan knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I was about to say, man, you listen, man.
They prioritized PC with a lot of these announcements. I
will say this. I agree with the notion that you said that PC gamers, when they tuned into this, they would think it's good. Because, and when you get to your rating part, I'll tell you what my rating is. But honestly, as a PC main gamer, I should say,
right?
I thought it was great. There were some things that I could look forward to, like, oh shit, So
I mean, you see value coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a free, it's free. This, that, and the third. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of damn services being announced though at this year's E3. A lot. Ubisoft announced the new Uplay Plus. I don't know who the fuck's going to sign on for that shit, but okay.
Wait a minute. What's it come with?
Here's the thing. Look. You see, Microsoft didn't have a bad E3. They had a decent E3.
It was decent.
I feel like they didn't take advantage in the way they should have, though, knowing that Sony's not going to be there. I mean, they were so... they seemed like apologists afterwards, like, oh, we missed Sony. Why weren't they? It would have been better if they were there. You shouldn't be worrying about Sony being there. You know what I'm saying? You should be trying to say, hey, this is what we've got. This is our platform. This is what we're dropping. They could have showed off Halo 5 Halo Infinite in a much better way. They could have shown off. Gears is not far out from release. Gears 5 is gonna have gameplay. Why didn't you show a story gameplay or something?
That's what I was really
take advantage of. Their gun was loaded, but the bullets just didn't have any penetration.
Well, that's a personal problem right there. They got
no stroke.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, you really think about it.
No Fable 3, no Playground game. We got Forza Horizon 4 Lego. And I'm sure the whole world was waiting for that.
Yeah,
But
Gears pop.
Here's the thing with the power thing, though. You see, with Scarlet and PS5, they're going to be so close, really, in their spec. To be honest with you, what's going to really be the differentiator is going to be that Sony has its own tinkering, its own demands. It's made AMD. It's given AMD demands as to how they want their version of the SoC, the system on chip, of the same silicon that Microsoft's Xbox Scarlet's going to be using. Remember, guys, they're playing in the same amount of sand, right? In the same level of sand. For the same amount of money, they're going to ask you for this sand. In other words, you know, for what they're going to charge you, they're playing with pretty much similar silicon here. Don't think that one's going to be substantially better than the other. It's not going to work that way. You're going to have PS5 really excelling at certain things over the Scarlet, and then you'll vice versa. You'll have Scarlet excelling at certain things over PS5. But fundamentally, they're going to be much like PS4 and Xbox One was, very similar in hardware makeup.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm going to ask you, then why are people so Fox? Have you seen? I don't know if you've even seen people parsing Phil Spencer's words, and Phil Spencer's unfollowing people. I guess that's a big deal.
Yeah, he's blocking people, unfollowing them. It's pretty bad.
See, you know what? I don't see those things when I'm on Twitter because all of those people are muted.
Oh, okay. All right, so why do you think there's such a big deal on the Scarlet being or not being more powerful? I mean,
does power matter? I mean, look, the One X
matters in the games, man. That's the power.
I agree with you.
The One X, right, is 6 T-flops. The PS4, forget Pro, the PS4 is 1.8 T-flops.
Yes.
Okay, huge margin, but yet we're still seeing PS4 vanilla model, launch model, pumping out better looking games than the One X. And I don't want anyone to try and at me on this. Just look at God of War and Spider-Man.
God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn.
And of course, we forgot about Kojima's masterpiece, which completely stole the thunder going into E3.
1.8 system is outshining a 6 T-flop system in terms of titles made by their in-house studios.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it? It's about creativity. Mark Cerny is a genius, and I'm not saying that because I'm a fanboy of him, because I'm really not. I'm not a fanboy of any man. Fanboy of women. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Mark Cerny is dead right. The man is a genius because he said, "What good is power without creativity?"
Facts.
Who said that?
Mark
Cerny. He said, power in itself means nothing without creativity.
I agree with that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You could have 100 T-flops of power and you can't do fuck all with it because you have no creativity.
Yep. I guess we'll go into the final verdict from Microsoft portion until we get into the winner of E3. So obviously the winner is next, but final verdicts. Go ahead, Brandon. You've been quiet. What you think for Microsoft? 1 to 10.
They did better than last year. I'll say that. Okay. But I was still waiting for that, shock and awe that throw them over the top.
They had their shock and awe moment.
Okay.
The only thing that you thought was hilarious was we eat monsters.
No.
Please don't.
So, if I had asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Microsoft's E3?
I'll get a 5.
Okay. Terry?
6.
6. Okay. Greg?
It was a 4.
A 4.
It was a solid 4. But it was a 4.
Solid 4. There's no such thing as solid 4. Just a 4.
No, solid. I mean, it had potential, but
solid L. Basically, what you're saying.
Well, it was for all right. It was vindication for guys like you, BitCloud, me, Fox Games UK here, Carlos, who have been trying to tell the community what Microsoft was going to do, which was be a third party. They were going to go third party, and that's what they've done. So now I'm waiting for the smoke from the Xbox community to literally try to come out and say something, because I went to GameStop today, for the Sony Days of Play sale, and standing in front of me in my solid rev words was these two black dudes were trading in their Xboxes and getting PlayStations. And a friend of mine that actually works for GameStop, he's a general manager, and he said, look, the trades on Xbox this week since E3 is up 11%.
Okay. Dan. Watch him say 10 out of 10.
I give it a 7.5.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Hey man, look, man.
At least an 8.
I cut it lower because I felt like gameplay should have been shown. Like without the gameplay, it's just a fucking CGI trailer.
And they did say, wasn't there a statement they made prior before we got to do that Gears of War 5 was going through changes?
Yes.
So,
they said
going through changes. What's it, menopause? What the hell's going on with this thing?
No, they were changing some stuff for Gears of War 5. So I found that weird. They didn't show gameplay after they said we got some changes. So
they said they found some new stuff with the engine.
Yeah, hopefully there's no pay to win shit or anything stupid like that in this game.
Well, they said they found something. They found some things they could do with the engine, and they said some things fundamentally changed.
Yeah, they could feed you microtransactions.
Yeah, that's what it is. They want to know how to sell you more sell shit. So,
you reach the merchant. You need bullets. That'd be $50.
Oh man, don't fuck this thing.
That was like the most disappointing thing about Gears of War 4. I liked what Gears of War 4 was, but all the multiplayer in Gears of War 4 is fucking. Like you said, microtransactions. That's all it is. We didn't get no single player DLC for it or anything. It was just all focused on multiplayer, the whole thing. I'm like, fuck that.
So what's your rating for Microsoft's E3 this year?
I'll give it a 5.
A 5? Okay.
The shock and awe thing was Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, definitely.
An actor, not a game.
Fox, what's your rating?
Well, John Wick saved Microsoft's press conference.
Exactly.
So, good luck. Well done. Basically, as I say, look, it's not good when your best feature, your best showing, your knockout punch is a multiplayer title. It's a multiplayer title. It's Cyberpunk 2077. I don't care if you got marketing rights. It's available on other platforms. So that shouldn't have been the highlight of the show. It should have been Halo Infinite. I mean, they hyped up Halo Infinite that we're going to know more about it. I feel like Microsoft are really spreading their butter too thinly, because I feel like they're relying too heavily on inside Xbox, because I feel like there's a trend with Microsoft. This is what they do. They will show you trailers, inconsequential trailers that you really can't get a good gist of what's going on in terms of how you're going to play it. And then, like a month or weeks before release, they hold inside Xbox dedicated to that game.
Okay.
So it's like they make you wait all the way up until release time before you see tangible stuff, which is not good. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll give them a score. Look, it went on a bit too long as well for my liking. Like Nintendo had a way shorter conference, but it felt like their pacing was way better. Yeah. But I'll just say I'll give them a 7.
A 7, okay.
A dodgy 7.
All of you guys biased because the proper score for this conference was 10 out of 10. It's the greatest thing ever. It showed you everything. They gave you the controller, they gave you the body wash, they gave you the game, they gave you the third part. Nah, I'm playing. No, honestly, I'm gonna have to say 5 for sure. I'll say 5.
But it's a fragile 7. I gotta, qualify the 7.
You need some gameplay, man.
But they didn't give you gameplay last year.
No gameplay. Great trailers, no fucking gameplay. That was the problem.
Yeah, I can't believe they.
I was into it though. Yeah.
I mean, Sony wasn't there. Sony gifted them E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, here's a W. Take it. And
they let Nintendo take it. Microsoft let Nintendo overshadow them.
Yeah,
I love Nintendo's.
I thought Nintendo.
Sure.
And what's funny, some of the big announcements from Nintendo show, they showed us the early, like the sword and shield thing. Let's go ahead and move over to let's get to Square Enix real quick, because Square Enix kind of just they blew us away with the whole Final Fantasy show.
Yes. It didn't blow me away.
Final Fantasy coming out next year, everybody was blown away. What y'all think about it Like, what y'all think about the game so far? How y'all like it?
Disappointing.
That's amazing.
Square Enix was like it's like Sony was there.
Yeah.
Go Sony.
Well,
that was
I
cool.
think it's being episodic or something like that. That's disappointing. So I'm not going to buy it until the whole thing comes out.
So like a season pass and everything's complete.
Yeah,
like Ultimate Edition.
I'm just going to do the same way I did with that other game with those two pasty girls.
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't think you're gonna be. I don't think,
man.
Craig, that you're gonna be able to resist. Actually,
I will.
It looks amazing. I can't lie. It does look amazing.
There's gonna be so much hype around release.
I know.
Yeah, looks absolutely amazing.
You might be the first person in North America to get their copy.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but I can't play the game and then be waiting for months on the next episode. That's just not the way I'm built. So, shout out to the people that are doing it though.
I can understand where Craig's coming from because they said that each part's going to take like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, but isn't that like Mass Effect 1 to 3? It wasn't. That's the truth.
No. Nothing's like Mass Effect. That's the greatest series ever made. So, but no, those games came out. They were complete games. Now they gave you could buy DLC to enhance your experience.
That's a funny quote from Microsoft. SS9 said, Microsoft said, if you love cartoons, we got you covered.
The
first part of Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be so huge, so much content. Believe me, it's going to be like the game has a conclusion, even though you know it isn't finished yet.
Well, I hope you're right. I'm not here to say that you're wrong. I just I need to find out. Here's the thing. I need to find out more about it. Like when I found out that the Cyberpunk game looked like that other game where people are robotic, I'm like, it's trash. That's all I can say. I mean, it's trash.
Well, listen, Craig, if you go against your word, okay, let's have a little wager here. Because I don't think
sound like Brandon over here. He likes a big head.
I think Craig is going to get caught up in all the whirlwind of the hype closer to launch. And
when it gets closer and closer to release,
he's going to buy it. But if he does buy it, then publicly he should say that if he loses and he buys it and he can't resist, he should wear that water bra that he talks about.
Oh, well, no. I'll if I end up buying it, I'll stream the whole game.
Oh,
while you're wearing the water bra.
I'll think about that because that thing will make you mad as hell. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Whoever thought about that hates me.
I can think of nothing more enjoyable than watching a DualShock 4 and water bra together.
Well, I mean, whoever invented that thing hate men. That's all I can say. That is some bullshit on a string. So
I know. I picked up the class edition for the game.
What is water bra?
What was that, Brent? What did you say, Brent?
For Final Fantasy VII, the remake, I pre-ordered the first class edition, which is like $300 and some bucks.
Wow!
What do you get for that? I heard people talking about what is included with that.
Like you get the game, you get like steel books, you get like the artwork, you get like the statue of Cloud, and I think on a motorcycle or something like that.
How big is this fucking statue?
Hold on. I didn't
like decent size.
Wait, let me use Google Translate. I didn't get any of that. What was that?
Oh God!
Do you get
You get a steel book. You get the game. You get the steel book. You get art, and you get a statue of Cloud on a motorcycle.
but no head. You get no head with it. Damn.
Oh my God! If I'm paying
$300,
yeah, better get some head or something.
I wish they would do some shit like that. They like on $300, you don't get a head with the fucking shit.
Man, listen, man, I need something out of that. I'm gonna be tricking or something like that.
Oh, I need sloppy toppy. That's $300 motherfucking dollars.
Yeah, I
mean, he's about to get all
shit
and go back to his face and get chased up with that damn game.
Damn, that's great. That's kind of going back to the.
Mike.
Hold on. That's kind of like going back to the Mortal Kombat joint. I remember when they gave you that plastic mask. We thought it was like a legit, authentic mask you're gonna get for the collector's edition.
Right, but you can't wear that motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't even wear it.
Shout out to everybody supporting that type of. I love that type of passion. That you're going to spend that type of money. You're a big fan like that. So shout out to you and everybody that does that. So
I support
Yeah. Does the lady have anything to say? I feel like the men are dominating here.
She ain't gonna play it.
I'm saying that you can get way better quality statues. There's no need to get that collector's edition for that cloud statue because you can get way better ones than anything you're going to get in there. Because when it comes to collector's editions, the quality is, it's decent, but I mean, for the money you're throwing down, you're just blowing on those things. It's all about just the fact that it's a collector's edition. You can get better quality products, man.
Cool Cat, where'd you get them from? Play Asia or somewhere? Where'd you get them?
No, there's cosplay. Isn't like a cosplay fucking website you can go to where you can buy.
Yeah, you can buy high quality.
Because I remember Capcom thought they was slick with those jackets.
I'm sure I've seen on Play Asia though. They sell them, don't they?
No.
Like,
what were you saying, Terry?
If you really want something, you can get things custom made too. Like I have a friend who has a digital printer and a laser cutter and all that stuff. Like you can get better stuff. You don't have to rely on them just hiking the price up for something that costs them probably $50 to make.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah, look at Capcom. Yeah, I remember when they was I think it was Devil May Cry, the new one. They wanted $7,000 for a jacket.
For that fucking jacket, man.
Yeah, and you can get that exact same jacket from one of these cosplay websites for like $200.
Yeah, imagine if Microsoft bundles the Scarlet with that.
Danny went and bought it. He put his house on mortgage for that.
I did not. That's a fucking lie. Fake news. That's fake news.
You see how Mike gets you?
You never damn bought that jacket. Just thought he was on some next level shit.
I know it.
I was walking around the house with that fucking jacket. I'm a beast, nigga.
Hold on.
You know you brought the sword. Like, I'll take your fucking soul.
Unequivocally false. I do not support those claims. Those claims are without confirmation.
I had a video you looking at Mario beside your desk. Hey, look, Mario, don't I look good in this Devil May Cry jacket?
Post it. If you don't, post it. And I'm standing here now. If you don't have that video, you already know death becomes you. So go ahead.
Damn, Mike, not like this, man.
You can't take my lives. You can't take my lives on the show.
I know you lucky.
I'm thinking it'll carry on for tomorrow.
Oh God, yeah, it will. Let's move on to the next one here. Avengers.
It looked good, but I don't know, man. It doesn't tell me anything.
Well, there were snippets of gameplay in between it, but yeah, I do want to see more. I got to see more of this.
That was PS4 Pro, by the way.
Hope so.
Yeah, it was. That's right, it was.
Yeah, that was PS4
I
Pro.
don't know, man. I've been hearing some scary things about that game. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hearing mixed. I saw your report. Some people said it was underwhelming. Others are saying it's great. That they're taking feedback and improving it. So I don't know.
I feel I'm more interested in the other Marvel game that's coming out.
Yes, let's jump to that. We're going to jump right into that right now. So there wasn't much I really took down for Square Enix. So I just asked you guys what you guys thought about in terms of like scale to 1 to 10. Like, what would y'all rate it? And move on to the last one. So, Mike, what would you rate Square Enix's conference?
Square Enix was a good 9 for me.
A 9? Okay.
Whoa.
Damn.
All right, Terry.
People are gonna hate me.
Oh shit! Just each for that.
Probably like a 5, and that's because I don't play JRPGs and I have like no love for Final Fantasy, so they didn't show a single game they want to play. So it meant Square Enix meant nothing to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't play any of those games.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
At CoolCat_Terry. Make sure you at her, please.
I can't promise you'll make it out of here alive, but we'll do our best. Brandon, what you talking about?
I say 8.
An 8. Okay. Craig?
I gave it a 7. It was solid. They had a solid presser. Yeah.
Who didn't go? Dan.
On a 7.5. It was definitely solid. I thought the good flow. I love Final Fantasy VII Remake. That shit looks dope. So I'm all for it.
Got you. Fox.
Yeah, I go with what Dan said. 7.5 sounds about right.
Alrighty, cool. That Avengers game got me definitely got my eyes open, so I'm looking at it. So it's pretty good for me.
It does look dope.
I will say a 7 out of 10 for sure. Let's see the last one, and in my opinion, at least this is my opinion, the person who won E3 for me because they literally showed everything that needed to be shown. That was Nintendo.
Hell yeah.
Nintendo really brought it this year.
Well, I know Danny's kind of mad.
Well, there was one part at the end of it, but I'll let BitCloud go ahead with it, and then I'll explain why. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk right now. You got it.
Some part of this is Big Mike's fault, but he sent me a list of what Nintendo was going to talk about, and there was a particular item on that list. I was like, I damn near needed a towel. That's how much I was fucking ready for what was about to be announced, and they didn't do it. And that was Metroid. They said,
yes, it was.
Listen, he said Metroid was going to be announced. It was going to be a new 2D style motherfucking shit. And that's what he said it was going to be announced at the end of the conference.
Yes.
But they didn't do that. They announced a new sequel to Breath of the Wild, which I'm hype about. But that was just my little pissiness about the conference. But go ahead, Vic.
Okay. From what I saw at the show, again, there was one announcement in here that they announced for Smash Bros. I think y'all know exactly when I'm about to go with this. Smash Bros. Is getting Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
Now, I don't even know how they even managed to pull that off, but what I found crazy about that was this. Crash Bandicoot, the racing game, Crash Team Racing is coming out in a few days. Where's Microsoft's counter to that? Where's the nostalgia factor? You would think they would go with Banjo-Kazooie because wasn't there reports of them working on a Banjo-Kazooie game a while ago?
Well, what about that Splinter Cell game? We missed on Microsoft's conference.
Shit, it was a mobile version.
Yeah, that shit was garbage.
Shout out to I could give a master shout. Shout out to Randall Thor. I know he's hurt. After that announcement. Shout out to Randall Thor.
Craig, you're killing me. You're killing me, Craig. You're killing me.
I dare anybody. Well, I want the Xbox community to step up and challenge me because I predicted this many moons ago. Okay, so where are they at? I keep hearing all kind of chirps. Nothing.
Savage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting on it. I want, what's it called? What do the kids say on the internet? I want the smoke today. I'm here for the smoke.
I forgot to tuck his age in and shit. Was like, I want that smoke.
How do you cope, bro?
Who can say these days? I want that smoke.
You want that smoke?
How do you cope, bro? How do you cope, though? Because you say you want them to challenge you and like you're calling them out. But when they all come at you, how do you cope with all that juvenile nonsense? How do you cope
with a sponge because they're moist? Just throw about the sponge.
Good answer. That's a good answer, boy.
Just throw a sponge out of a dry ass sponge. There you go.
Soak it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Looks good. Been there, done that.
On the platform podcast. So that was we already saw it. It wasn't
We
new.
saw so much of it. It's like, okay, I get it.
They played a little safe for some of these announced, but cool. Astro Chain, obviously.
So day one.
That game is fire.
That looked pretty tight. Give them credit, man. They had a great
this is where the conference, even though I say they won E3, this is where it kind of dipped for me. They announced The Witcher coming to the Switch a little bit. It looks good, but the thing is, you can get the definitive edition. You can get the complete edition for like $15 right now.
Yeah.
So they want a legit full price for this.
Why is that an issue, though? You got to look at it like this. You can't say because the games come out on older platforms 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and now it costs $10, $15, $20. Because listen, it costs money to get the game ported.
I can respect that for their investment.
They can't sell it at this price. They've already made the money on those other platforms, so now it can be $15. But it's a new game for the Switch and new development costs, so they cannot possibly sell it for cheaper. I don't know why people get bent out of shape. If you don't like the price, just leave your wallet at home.
No, it's called that Nintendo tax, dude. I'm telling you, this game looks fucking trash. I'm not even going to get it. I played it, beat it, loved it. It's game of the generation, but no, it's going to be played in handheld mode 540p. When you're fucking docking it, it's 720p. This shit is cringe fucking worthy, dude.
That's fine. That's fine, but there's gonna be people. There's gonna be people that are okay with that. You don't like it.
That's fine if they want to play it.
You don't buy it, then. You don't buy it.
I won't buy it.
Problem solved. Problem solved, man. Your life is gonna be good from now on.
I mean, if I remember correctly, I remember when it came out for the I remember the port for the Wii U. They wanted full $60 for it. It was the Batman Arkham series. Yeah. It was like the armored edition. It was literally the exact same game, but he had like a different suit.
I'm not being funny though. 540p doesn't look too bad on a 6-inch screen. I understand if it was on a big 1080, big 32-inch screen or 50-inch screen. But when you look at 540p, like on a small 6-inch screen, it's not as bad as the number suggests.
Come on, man. Yeah. What was Zelda?
PS3. Look, people forget the PS3 was meant to be able to do 1080p. That was its big selling point, right?
Yeah.
But look, Call of Duty was 640p.
Zelda
on PS3.
640p. Zelda Breath of the Wild was running at 720p undocked. When you docked it, it was running, I think, 900 or 1080p. Come on. I'm calling bullshit.
What are you talking about, bro?
He said he's talking about Breath of the Wild. He said,
Zelda's a first-party game, and it should.
Jump from one game to the other. We're talking about the 560p game that you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying on a 6-inch screen, it's not really a big issue. But if on a bigger screen, I see the problem, like with the dropping below 720. But you got to remember, the PS3, when they were dropping Call of Duties on that system, it wasn't even 720p. It was 640. Even Red Dead Redemption.
You can give them a little. You can give them a little slack, Mike. You can give them a little slack on this.
Red Dead Redemption on Red Dead Redemption on PS3 even dropped to lower than 600p sometimes.
Hey, Big Mike, we can give him a little slack on them. Tell you why you can give him a little slack on this. You remember the PS3. I know Terry remembered the PS3. Who remembers Lair?
I remember Lair.
Yeah, that was
such as a tablet as well. Come on,
that was some fucked up shit.
Yeah, that was fucked up. You know me, I was hyped Lair. And then they give me that.
You're fucking dodging, Craig. You're my boy and all, but you're dodging.
Craig?
I'm not Craig. I mean, not Craig. I'm Foxy.
Well, I mean, look. Here's the thing. The Switch. No. Hold on. Let me tell you this right now. The Switch came out. The Switch came out, and people mocked it because it was not powerful and it did not have any third-party support. Now it's getting a lot of third-party support.
I'm okay with getting third-party support.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not going to be able to run games. I mean, comparing it to a first-party Nintendo game, that's unfair. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a first-party game.
I get your point. It's got no right being on that system because of the power differential. But the fact that somebody's trying is good sign that the platform is healthy. Because who would invest the money into that? Do you understand? If they didn't think it was going to be worth it, it might not have graphics that stand up to even the Xbox One, OG Xbox One. But it's still going to be enjoyable to those people who have always been on Nintendo platforms and may never have played Witcher 3.
Yeah,
it may be trash.
If y'all really want to look at this, it's basically the exact same damn thing as fucking the Wii U. I remember the Wii.
You know, Wolfenstein and Doom on the Switch. That looks blurry as hell. I've got it on Pro. I've got it on Pro. I finished them both on Pro, but I still bought them on Switch to play portable. Do you know why? Because your eyes see. Here's the thing: things look terrible when you do a comparison. But when you don't have nothing to look next to as a comparison and you just have it on your Switch and you're playing Wolfenstein, yeah, it looks blurry for a bit, but your eyes adjust and it becomes fine after a while. Believe me. It's like going from 4K. It's like going from 4K gaming to playing on like a Xbox One, 900p, 720p. Your eyes adjust.
No.
You might not. It doesn't look as good, but your eyes adjust, bro.
I remember going from a 4K game, and I jumped down to like a game that was like 720 or some shit, and it fucking hurt my eyes. I was like, dude, I think I told Jay. I called him. I was like, dude, I can't play this fucking game anymore.
Yeah, he was like, man, I can't see.
Wait, that's kind of different though. You sit literally in front of the screen.
He did.
Yeah. I was like, I cannot see.
I was saying, you talk about I want to be immersed. You're like literally 2 inches away from the screen.
I mean, you got people still playing. You got people still playing on their PS2s and GameCubes, and they're like 240p, 480p, 360p, and they're having fun. Like, I don't think resolution should be the factor in whether a game is good or not. I think performance should be the factor.
Oh, I agree. Performance should be
100%.
Okay. Well, they got Witcher.
Listen, if the Witcher 3 runs like dog shit, trust me, if the Witcher 3 runs like dog shit on the Switch, I'll be the first to tell everybody.
They already said it's going to run like dog shit. It's going to run like 50,
if it holds mostly
like,
at 30 and it does drop like the Xbox One drops, I'm going to forgive it because it drops on the PS4 as well. The OG PS4.
I think they said it's going to run like 15 frames per second. Man.
Oh no, that's nonsense.
That's not true.
Digital Foundry already done a comparison thing, and it was running at 30. It only dropped to 29 once.
Yep.
Huh?
Damn, Mike, did you just lose a life?
Yeah, he did. That motherfucker got some fake news. Get the TMZ.
Yo, you got Terry and Brandon giving you.
Donald Trump is in the building.
Fake news. It's fake news. My hair's fucked up. It's fake news.
You got low ratings.
Oh God, that's bad. What was I about to say? I don't like. All right, so then they show off the Donkey Kong game
to the Switch.
Oh, go ahead, Brandon. What were you saying?
Zelda's The Link Awakening coming to the Switch.
Yep.
Yes.
I saw some gameplay of that, and it looks pretty great.
Yeah.
Yes.
True. Yes. Very, very
100%.
true.
That's a day one.
They should have a new Donkey Kong, right? Isn't that coming?
No.
That was trolling. That was troll.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Donkey Kong, then they switched to Banjo.
They did. That was some bullshit.
Oh, they did. They fucked. Oh shit! See? They got my ass. Then it was Luigi's Mansion. It was Luigi something. It was a Luigi.
Looks amazing.
Great. I think that's gonna be day one.
You see the thing with me, right? I've not been into Nintendo since GameCube. So I had a 14-year hiatus from Nintendo until the Switch on day one. And so I've fallen back in love with Nintendo again.
Mm-hmm.
But for those people who lived through all of the generations, all the way up to Switch, though, I can understand if they've got a problem because they might feel like, oh, there's too many Wii U games being ported. But I missed out on all of those Wii U games.
I've said that.
I missed out on all the Wii games.
I think it's kind of cool that they're porting it over.
That's why I want a Metroid. I need a Metroid trilogy because I haven't played any of them because I missed out.
You haven't played any of the Primes at all?
No, from GameCube, innit? Like the last time I had a Nintendo platform was GameCube, and I was like probably into the Star Wars games, the Squadron games and all that stuff.
Those are dope as fuck too, though.
Yeah. They announced Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 are coming to the Switch.
In the first one.
Well, Resident Evil 6 is trash, so the only good one is 5.
That's just garbage.
Oh, well, you didn't like the cinematic camera? You didn't like the game running animation?
It's more like Gears of War with zombies.
That shit was. I don't know what they were thinking with that camera. It's like, oh, go this way. I'm like, damn, tell me where to go now, why don't you? Thank you.
It has no horror element whatsoever. It's like an action game.
That's what it was. That's back when lost his identity. And Resident Evil 4 is coming. That's pretty cool, but I don't know.
Love Resident Evil 4. That's one of my favorites in the series for sure.
I tell you, I want them to try and drop 7. If you can put Witcher 3 on Switch and Doom Eternal, you can bloody well get Resident Evil 7 on there.
I think they showed No More Heroes announcement.
Yeah,
I'm here for it
too.
Yeah,
absolutely here for it.
No More Heroes 3 announced.
Oh hell yeah! I didn't care about that Travis Strikes whatever rubbish.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but
yeah, there was a new Fire Emblem they showed.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that. It looks good. I like the cutscenes, but I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy that kind of strategy type.
It's like strategy style, It's acquired taste, but it does look good.
What was it? Daemon X Machina?
Yeah, I like
fucking
that.
amazing. Hell yes.
I like the demo.
You mean Cyberpunk? You mean the Cyberpunk game before Cyberpunk?
Oh God.
Man,
No, the mech game. You mean the mech? It's the mech game. Astral Chain.
They announced a new Contra game coming for the Switch.
Rubbish. What are the
that's great.
I'm hyped, but it looks ugly though. But I'm hyped for it.
That's a PS1 game, isn't it?
Yeah. Panzer Dragon is getting remake for the Switch.
Who? What's that? Which one?
Panzer Dragon. Oh, Panzer Dragon.
Yeah, I love that.
Hell yeah.
Sega Saturn, baby. I love that game.
They showed up a new trailer for that Ultimate Alliance 3.
Marvel absolutely here for it. Day one.
That game. I want that more than the Avengers.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, you know why?
Because I know about it. I know what it is.
When you play single player, so far all the footage we've seen has been like co-op, right? So the graphics are far away, like it kind of zooms out. But when you're playing on your own, it's like a third-person game.
Yep, it is.
It's right behind your back.
Yep, definitely.
Dope as fuck.
Let's see. What was the other announcements? New Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games trailer.
Nah.
Not feeling it.
You can put Mario in anything.
She said something the lady did.
You said what her?
And you know what? Fuck you, Mike.
Oh.
I said the lady said something.
Oh God.
Right, motherfucker. You could have said Cool Cat.
Damn. Easy children. Don't fight. Don't fighting. Like you already lost like 5 lives on the show. Just chill, bro. Stop.
The Olympics. It looks like a fun party game. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It might be cool on the party side. It might.
This is a cool announcement. Spyro Reignited trilogy coming to Switch.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Cool announcement.
Wow.
So that's coming. What else was it? Cadence Hyrule was coming. Oh, this right here was like, holy shit. I don't know if I'll buy a Switch for it, but I was like, damn. Back when I was in my phase for this game, I probably would have bought a Switch for this. Alien Isolation is coming to the Switch.
I know, man.
That's pretty lit.
Yeah, I don't want to, the thing with that game is I played that on the PS4, okay, and it's a good game. I enjoyed it, but it's not something I would want to play again because it's a very slow
survival. Yeah, survival.
If you've played it once, it's a kind of waste of time to buy it again just because it's on another platform.
Yeah, I ain't a lot of that game when I first played it.
Does it have different outcomes?
Nah, it's the same game.
And it's so slow, it doesn't really fit portable play because you could be under a table for like half an hour. What's the point in playing portable?
Yeah. That game though, that shit rejuvenated my love for Alien, like the actual franchise when I played it first time.
Yeah, it's a good game, but I don't think it fits portable play because there are times you're hiding for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can. If you're sitting on the bed and you like, all right, fuck it, I'm about to pull it out.
No, I mean if you're on the commute.
About the Switch.
Your wife rolls over, you decide to pull it out.
And, the Switch, right?
I mean, like, if you're on a commute, like say you're on a commute, you're traveling, you got half an hour. It's not the game to play.
Yeah,
it is when you shouldn't know.
They announced that Animal Crossing was delayed.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that was delayed.
I don't care about Animal Crossing anyway. I
love Animal Crossing.
I'm too grown for that game, man.
Yeah, and then that was pretty much it for their show. We covered everything.
No. What about Zelda?
That's right. That was the secret announcement. Sorry about that. Yeah, the last one.
Remember the last
Breath of the Wild 2.
No. There's another Zelda you haven't mentioned.
Breath of the Wild 2.
No, the remake of the 3DS.
Link's
game.
Awakening.
Talk about it.
We did.
We talked about it earlier. Yep.
Earlier.
Yep. You missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. We talked about it earlier.
Brandon brought it up first.
I must have been thinking about Water Bros.
Oh shit!
You don't want to think about that at all.
Or think about Water Bros and Brandon in chains and basement.
I'm thinking about that dude locked up in the basement.
Exactly. Is he going to survive or not?
It's like State of Decay up in here.
He said State of Decay.
All he's got is a knife.
Oh man, I love the love on this panel. You guys are love that. All right, so anyway, that was Nintendo's E3. So let's give our rating.
What about Breath of the Wild, man? Why are you skimming over
I just mentioned it.
We haven't talked about Breath of the Wild.
I did.
That's the last game to talk about, isn't it, bro?
I did. You cut me off.
No, Breath of the Wild 2. You want to give it
I did. I said Breath of the Wild 2 with the secret announcement. The last announcement they made. You cut me off. He's like, oh, you can talk about the secret announcement.
No, you just said just a second ago. Don't style it out. You just said, "What the fuck? Let's give the event a score." You was about to ask us for our report card.
Yeah, but I said that before you cut me up before when I got to this point.
I don't cut people off. I shoot people. I don't use knives.
Oh God. Anyway, going back. If you want me to go back, I'll go back again because you didn't hear me. Breath of the Wild 2 was shown.
Respect, damn it.
Motherfucker trying to stab you on the podcast. Anyway, it was shown. It's gonna be in development.
I kill you in, hey, I kill you in your sleep for Zelda. Don't fuck it with me, my friend.
Yes, you would.
I kill you over Link. My gamer is what they call it.
Cut his mic. Hey, I'm running. I ain't cutting shit. I'm running. Fuck that shit.
Addiction. I call it addiction. Suddenly I'm French.
No shit.
Anyway,
so what y'all thought about Breath of the Wild 2? What y'all thought about Breath of the Wild 2?
I am on medication now. I just got out of hospital.
Okay.
So what y'all thought about Breath of the Wild 2? Can we get what's up? What y'all thought?
I loved it. I thought it, I just like that they announced it, even though I wanted Metroid as an announcement. I'm still happy that they're continuing that same vein of Breath of the Wild. Like they understand how successful it is and how amazing that open world, even though Big Mike may disagree. I still thought the open world was amazing. Everything made sense. And that's hard to do in an open world.
Zelda is the greatest video game ever made.
Besides that one.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You, I think you're the only one that thought that.
No, it is. No, not ever in like history. I mean, like this generation.
Exactly, Blackbeard. Breath of the Wild was trash, dude.
What?
Is it not a AAA game?
Breath of the Wild is like GOAT. There's so many.
No, it is not.
The mechanics are ridiculous. You can play that game till you don't even have to do it. You don't even have to progress the story. You can play with the physics.
No,
and be happy,
I want to hear like Robert McLeod said that Zelda was disease. Breath of the Wild was disease.
It's not your type of game. Just because something is not up your alley doesn't make it rubbish, my friend.
Dude, the breaking of the weapons suck ass.
That's Michael's.
No. Shut up there, Brandon. The breaking of the weapons. The breaking of the weapons sucked ass. The dungeons sucked ass. They were fucking empty. The enemies were like bare bones. The game was trash.
But
I see what happened, Big Cloud. I see what happened. He didn't play Breath of the Wild. He played Crackdown 3.
No, I didn't.
Those two games mixed up.
Oh,
okay.
Dude, I traded that game in as soon as I bought it.
No, I won't disagree with you. Do you know why? Because it's your opinion, but it is also my opinion that it's the greatest video game made this generation. So we both have to respect each other's opinion.
They did not make this game generation. Witcher 3 did.
Neither of us are wrong because that's your belief.
God, Michael.
You have a belief, and I have a belief.
Yeah, that's fine, but Witcher 3 is game of the generation, man.
In your opinion,
yeah, in your opinion, Witcher 3 is game of generation.
I love the Witcher
3. I respect
your
opinion.
That's another thing. That fucking.
I respect your opinion because you're bold.
I love that bald shiny head.
Bold people look intelligent, so I respect your opinion.
But I mean, also that master sword. That master sword.
Like Pokemon Professor. I respect you.
I am.
Oh shit!
At least I know.
Pokemon Professor.
At least I'm not cheating up in the basement.
Buddy,
you ain't in no damn basement. You got that right.
All right. Too much slander in this shit. Let me reel it in. Final verdicts for Nintendo shit because everybody said they had to say.
No, wait. Can I not give my opinion on Zelda Breath of the Wild 2? I waited all this time. I held myself from going to the toilet.
Go.
I went to the toilet like 20 minutes ago. And I held it in case I missed it. All right. Let me start. Allow me to retort. Zelda Breath of the Wild, the sequel, is now in active development. That's all I've got to say.
Okay. You guys good. Dan, final verdict for Nintendo. 1 to 10.
Oh, you start with me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I give it a 9. I felt like Nintendo did what the rest of the press conferences should have did. Showed gameplay for every game they announced. I think that there was only two games.
Wait. Hold on. Are we going to talk about Zelda Breath of the Wild 2?
Oh my God.
But they show every game they showed except 2 games. There was gameplay shown, which is what the fuck it should be.
That's right.
So Nintendo definitely won E3.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Okay. Brandon, looking all serious in the camera. What's your rating? What's your rating for Nintendo?
Someone
I'll give it a 9.
tell him he's free. You're free now, dude. Smile. Smile. Damn it, smile.
Said smile, damn it, you're free.
Michael get backed up for sure. But I'm giving it a 9.
Again. Just can't seem to
Give it
get
a
back
9?
on the road again.
Okay. Craig, final verdict.
Oh yeah, I gave that a solid 8. That was a great conference. Gameplay, good announcements. They've done a really good job. I think they shut down the people who really attacked them early and on lack of third party support. And the fact they can already announce a new Zelda and the console's been out 2.5, 3 years, something like that.
Amazing.
Okay. Who didn't? Was it Terry? What you thought about it?
I mean, it didn't really have anything for me because, again, I don't do JRPGs, and the only thing.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
So the only thing that Nintendo showed that I know I'm going to be playing is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Everything else they showed, I'm not getting. So for me, it's like a 6 because I don't play that stuff. I'm not a Zelda fan either. So nah, nothing.
Blasphemy.
I mean, all right. Let's move on to the next one. Fox, what you thought?
I think everybody's free. Feel good. Okay. Nintendo score. Well, they won E3 for a start.
Truth.
In my opinion.
Sony won E3.
Whatever that's worth.
He says Sony won E3.
They won E3. They won E3. Microsoft should have won it, but if Nintendo messed up, it would have been Square Enix that won it. So even Microsoft came third, but in my opinion. But yeah, I think Nintendo done extremely well because let's be honest, we've always known Nintendo as that slow, conservative company. They take forever to bring out a sequel, and in that times they bring them out like every 18 months. Like if you look at how many of them came out on GameCube, Twilight Princess, all of them, didn't they? They released in like within a year and a half. Majora's Mask didn't take forever to come out after Ocarina of Time. So, but then they went through a slump, and like this is Nintendo like firing on all cylinders. I don't know if like they've got new people involved since Iwata died. Sadly, R.I.P. But it's just things have just moved really fast. So I'm going to give them. Because it blew my mind. Like E3 would have been really lame about Nintendo this year. True. Keanu, Square Enix, and Nintendo saved E3. So I'll give Nintendo. I think they deserve about 9.
Okay. I enjoyed the show. I'll go. What's that?
I also want to add that why did they not have Bayonetta 3 there? That game has been announced like 3-4 years ago. Where the heck is that game?
I know why.
They didn't even show.
I know why they didn't show it, because they wanted to give Astral Chain. They didn't want the two to overshadow each other because they're both from the same
developer, right? Yeah.
Right. So I think the next time after Astral Chain's out, I reckon we'll see a lot more on Bayonetta 3. Believe me.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They've
been sleeping on that one, and then I don't know. I'm just tired of getting like 20 Mario games every generation too.
Okay.
I really want a Metroid Prime trilogy. I mean, I heard it was finished like 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's true.
It was all done and dusted. Like, where is it? Why are they sitting on it? If it's finished, why are they sitting on it? Imran Khan.
I'll be saying that for a direct. You never know.
That's true.
But like, dudes, like 6 months ago, I heard.
Yeah, no.
That game was finished. It was done, like all developed, like ported over already. Where is it?
Yeah, I can agree with that. And that's pretty much it for our E3 take.
No, you forgot me, son.
The hell with you.
Right. Fuck Big Mike.
What's your rating for it, right?
I give it an 8.
Like I said, the hell with you. Nah.
I give it an 8 because they brought some fire. It was a close second.
I said the hell with you.
But Square Enix won overall, dude. They brought the fire. They brought the JRPGs I want. And Final Fantasy, dude, hands down, is going to be Game of the Year next year.
It's going to be a strong contender. Yeah.
What a beautiful game. What a beautiful game.
2020 is going to be hard because you have Cyberpunk, you got Last of Us Part 2, you're going to have Final Fantasy, 7 Remake. There's huge competition for 2020. You can't just go and throw out Game of the Years right now. There's too much competition.
Cyberpunk.
Final Fantasy. All day,
the way things are going, it could very well be Cyberpunk. Like going.
Cyberpunk won't win. It's called Cyberpunk, so then
I expect it to be either Cyberpunk or Last of Us. Hands down, it's going to be one of those two.
But I do think Nier Automata deserves a Switch port.
I'll beg. I mean, I can't say Final Fantasy VII is going to be Game of the Year because it is coming on board.
I like how everybody got quiet when he said that absurd shit.
Right. I was like, what the fuck?
But we do know Death Stranding is going to be Game of the Year this year.
How do we know that? How do we know that?
Yeah, we do.
It's too early for Game of the Year predictions.
I guarantee you, Mike, I'm not even going to say it because I'm actually looking forward to Death Stranding. So.
Same here.
No, you probably plug into the baby, confused and shit. Like, what is this shit?
I think Death Stranding. I got a feeling Death Stranding might take Game of the Year.
I already said that.
No, not because it's an amazing game. I think Kojima and what's his name?
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley. They're like pillow, but
I wouldn't even say that, bro. Because Jeff Keighley's like a fanboy, and he be.
They're gonna give him like the prestige.
Well, but remember, fucking Hideo Kojima was supposed to be at the last Game Awards. He didn't show up. Remember that shit? Like he advertised in there, and Hideo was like, "You ain't called me about this shit."
Jeff Keighley.
He's like, "Fuck you."
I don't like it when certain companies or people win because of reputation or personality. I think you should win because your game was better than everyone else's, not because you're Nintendo or you're Kojima-san or you're this person or that person. No, because some Nintendo games have won Game of the Year, not because they were necessarily better, but because they were Nintendo.
Facts. Definitely.
I agree with that.
Let's get into these last little two topics here, since that's pretty much our E3 coverage, and we'll end the show. Shout out to everybody who came through. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hit that like button. We had over 160 people here. So hit that like button.
Wow.
Hey, let's get into this. So Phil Spencer, after everything, when the dust settled, Phil Spencer wished that Sony was at E3 this year. He actually came out and said that he wished Sony was physically there. What y'all think about that? I'll start with Terry. What you think about it?
About what?
About Phil Spencer actually wishing that Sony was actually there physically at E3.
I think it's good to be like, you should want your competition there, because then you're going to do better. What do you have to compete against if your competition doesn't show up? Then you don't have to try as hard.
They would have come fourth. If Sony showed up, they would have been fourth.
Yeah, I can somewhat agree with what you're saying, but I look at it like this: with them not there, that pretty much should have just like a green light should have went off in their heads. Like, you know what, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Drop this, drop that, show this, show that.
Sort of way though, Sony not being there makes Sony look like they're the real kings. Like we don't even have to attend.
Yeah, they stole the show.
They did steal the show.
It gives them like some prestige just not showing up. like stuck up, not stuck up, not in a bad way, but like we don't need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're not trying to. We're doing so well. We don't have to push us. Which could be a good and bad thing because you should never get complacent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think IGN did a poll after E3 about who did what, and Death Stranding's still like number one thing up there. Xbox is way down down low. Nobody's talking about Xbox at all. They're still talking about Death Stranding, how it blew everybody's mind.
Yeah, and now a lot of people see why I made that video.
Exactly.
PlayStation is my favorite gaming console for the games, and then it will be probably Nintendo, and then after that, it's anybody's guess.
Yeah.
I can't even say Microsoft. I like Microsoft games. Don't get me wrong. I'm still into Microsoft's games. But I'm done with their hardware. That's why I don't care. I don't really care if it's more powerful or not. I won't.
That's kind of the mentality they want you to have. That's why they got the services.
No, but I won't be into their services. I'll be into the games. The games.
No, I'm saying
like
their games are going to be services. Pretty much, you're going to be on it. That's the mindset.
No, I'll be buying Halo Infinite physical. I'm not renting it.
No, okay. Brandon, what's your thoughts on that, brother? Yeah.
He's thinking.
He's trying to get his mind out of the dungeon.
Shut up. I don't know why he would apologize. Say like, "Hey, I wish you were here." You know, that just makes like, "Oh, you know, like, I wish you were here to
save this event," basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a PTSD, boy.
About to slap Mike on that bald ass shit. Now,
I know you see that.
Mike, what you think about Phil saying this, Mike? You guys,
I mean, I think he felt sorry that his conference sucked ass. That's what I'm thinking.
Mike is just savage. That's
what I'm thinking. I mean, like Foxy said. I mean,
Fox told us, why you laughing?
I'm like Foxy said. I mean, Sony didn't have to show up, and they were there, and everybody's still talking about
All right, okay, Craig, what's your thoughts?
Amazing.
I thought I was the only one who saw this. I was like, let me stop. Let me stop.
What I think about what?
Craig, what you think about Phil Spencer wishing Sony was at E3?
Well, I mean, people are making fun of him, but he's telling the truth. I mean, this whole notion. This whole notion of the console war is bullshit, but it wasn't going to end until people started telling the truth. And now you see the truth coming out. How, you had that tweet somebody put out saying that I'm not going to buy any Sony games until they put those games on the console I prefer. So we now know they want the same games. Yeah. That's the reason why they were mocking them, because they want them.
Oh, God, you quoted...
shady. People made fun of him, but it's like, look, he's telling the truth. They want the same games, but so Phil Spencer's telling the truth. Yes, they got exposed. They got exposed.
He's like a used car salesman. They'll say anything to buy it.
Yeah, they got exposed, and so I'm glad he's honest. And everybody is now wishing Sony was there.
Wait, he's not honest. Listen, he ain't honest. What's honest about Phil Spencer? Listen, he said he wanted to win. Then he said he don't care about winning. Then he said, hey, I'm taking all your games and putting them over there. And then he said, oh, guess what? I'm going to give you a console with no disk drive, and you're going to pay the same or more than the one with the disk drive.
And these stupid motherfuckers are start paying for it. That's how
Phil Spencer's never been honest. I don't know what you're talking about. He's don't get me wrong, he's likable. That's why he gets cheered and everyone claps when he comes on.
Nah, he ain't nice enough to me. Gee, you lucky I had to go to E3. I would have thrown something.
Like Danny said,
he's got a nice demeanor, but anyone who's trying to sell you something is always going to act nice.
Like Danny said time and time again on our podcast, the Platform Podcast, the guy needs a good PR. He needs a good PR person because he ain't doing it.
Just fire your PR team. You came out with blacks at Xbox. You came out with... let's not even go there. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly who was up there. That young sister up there, the blacks at Xbox.
Our blacks owned them and shit. See, that's the thing about Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer so much. Like, he means well, but he needs a better PR department. If he had a better PR department, he would be fine. But his PR department fucking sucks. So.
Phil Spencer has a good way. I'm sure he's done psychology because he's got a good way of making you feel guilty about something he's doing to you. Remember, he took away all the exclusives, and when you complained, he said, "Why would you be upset that somebody else is getting to enjoy our games?"
Gee, I don't know. I spent $500 on this shit. That should be exclusive,
right? But he did say that, innit? Why would you have a problem?
Why would you be mad? Yeah, because they get to play.
Why do you not want other people to enjoy the game that you enjoy? Like, the reason why
I applied to his ass would be this. Why would you get mad if I say fuck you and fuck your platform over here?
It's the same reason why you walk into a store and you pick up one brand over another, because of what is not available on the other bloody system.
Exactly.
Oh Lord, he gets it, but he's making money, so it's not like the shit's gonna change.
He's like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's not gonna change.
He says people say it's consumer friendly what he's doing. I mean, I understand it's somewhat consumer friendly, but
that sounds like spin. Bill O'Reilly.
Exactly. It spins. It's a spin when people say it's consumer friendly. I want him to just come out say that look, we're going third party instead of this is going to be consumer friendly because we're going to put it on the Switch, we're going to put it on PC, blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck if we sell consoles or not. It's not about sales. Fuck that shit. It's
I don't really ever
sell me a console, and he sucked at it.
I don't have a problem with like Xbox games going anywhere else. I don't care if it goes to Switch or wherever. But then why bother making an Xbox console? Just make a stream box. Why are you going to all this length? Why are you going to all this length to get all these specs together if all your games are going like into?
Darryl, we need to reword what you just said.
Why don't you just have a stream box for those who want to pay for the service, and then put your game.
They did.
They got it out.
Yeah, we need to get
Schafer. They're like Schafer. Like remember when Dreamcast went tits under?
You see with Terry,
I wish I could more
PlayStation, but every PlayStation is broke.
Remember when Dreamcast was a failure? When Dreamcast died, right? What happened with Sega? They just became a multi-platform company. That's what it feels like Microsoft are doing.
That's what I've been saying.
Terry, when you going to admit the truth that you're taking a sledgehammer to that PlayStation?
Sure he did.
I know she's dropping.
She didn't take a sledgehammer. I'm telling you, she went out, took one of her husband's guns, and threw it in the air and said, "Pull, boom."
I don't need his. I have my own.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Terry, I didn't do shit.
So they're shaking the shit.
Even the Scarlet sounds like Sony's press release. I mean, everything they said about Scarlet sounds like they just took what Mark Sony said and elaborated a little bit more on what he said.
Mm-hmm.
They might as well have made a video and said, "Yeah, whatever Sony said, that's our new console."
Yep, very true.
That's true. It was verbatim. It was like literally they talked about the speeds and all this.
It was just like it was exactly what Sony said, but with more color. So, to make it seem more grandiose. But really, if you strip it back and you look at the bare bones of it all,
same shit.
They announced the PS5. Microsoft announced the PS5.
Here's the thing: the chip is being developed by AMD on both consoles. I don't understand. They're both Zen 2. They both have SSD. They're both terabyte. They're both blah 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 blah.
And they both need to be around the same price range. So that means the specs are going to be very similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to be super parity. I don't think it's going to be like Xbox and shit on PlayStation. I don't think
it's going to come down to who makes the better game. It's going to come down to Sony first party versus Microsoft Studios.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the last topic, and then we'll end today's show. Shout out to everybody this year. I know we pretty much rambled and went off, and the show was crazy, but right now this is Fridays. We take over y'all Fridays. Big shout out to our special guest, the Platform podcast. It was hilarious.
Hello.
So apparently, according to Colin Moriarty, y'all know that guy from IGN.
Please don't.
He had a damn interview or something like that. And he said that Microsoft pitched the idea of the Master Chief Collection coming to Sony. Now,
I never knew. I've never heard this until today.
Yeah.
I don't know. Enlighten me. What's going on with this thing? Tell me about it because I don't know the story.
Yeah, let me bring the story. Hold on.
I'm like, wait, hold on. So, Colin said that Xbox discussed bringing Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, they one tweet. Hold on.
That would be stupid for Microsoft.
He got that same news from where Big Mike gets his news and shit. That's what Colin said. Hey, Big Mike, can you send me a link? And
exactly.
That's very true. That's what probably happened.
IGN is trash. I call it LIGN because they lie.
Let's put this on the big screen for everybody in the back.
It's terrible too.
The best thing about IGN is Max Schofield and Brian Altano.
Can y'all see this on my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see 1,000.
No, on my like main screen. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna do this.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
I'd say now.
Take that as you will, guys.
What's that?
It's on the screen.
Boy, Xbox wanted to bring Halo, the Master Chief Collection, to PS4. Shock horror.
There you guys go.
Looking to bring a Halo Master Chief.
Let me read this. According to a new report, Microsoft were once looking into bringing Halo, the Master Chief Collection, to PS4, according to Fox News. Bill O'Reilly says it'll come from straight from former. Now here's Bob with the weather.
This is a Fox News story, man. This is a Fox News story right here, man.
It's like, here's the weather. The world ended. Run.
Well, I mean, to me, this just proves, and my source is impeccable. Shout out to Lou Waffle. He said that they being Microsoft, was desperately, they were begging Sony to put, to try to put games on their system. And that's confirmed by GameStop, a friend of mine who works there. He said Microsoft was begging Sony to do crossplay. And sure enough, at the executive level, Mike Ybarra, Aaron Greenberg, and the rest of those moist simps were begging Sony to do crossplay last year to stay relevant. That's why Halo is no longer relevant, even though they're going to have a TV show that I hope that it's produced by Spielberg. So I hope it does well. I'll be covering it on my channel, but I got a feeling it's going to be trash. I hope I'm wrong. Just like that Witcher show, I got a feeling it's going to be trash too.
I think you're wrong. Honestly,
shit.
Listen, Sony approached Microsoft about Azure, and they needed it for their streaming service. So I'm like this. I don't think they were begging to do it. I think what Microsoft wanted to do was like kind of like that olive branch. It's like, here, we want to do crossplay. We're not trying to take away anything from you. We just want to be making sure that all of our gamers we can play together. And you know what? I feel like that builds competition. I mean,
because when they offered crossplay, Sony wanted crossplay last generation, and Microsoft said no.
How good is it to kill a motherfucking Xbox sweaty dude, and you're on PS4 or PC? Like,
I won't be really
like when I'm playing Fortnite or something like that. When
Fortnite's trash.
That's going to translate into.
When you're playing Fortnite and you can see the fucking controller plebes.
Fortnite
when they spin around so fucking slow, and all I got to do is line up that headshot.
Yo, Dan, you already know what that shit's gonna lead to.
I love it. Give me
Dan, you already know what that's gonna lead to. It's gonna lead to some dumbass statistics going, oh yeah, did you know that 30% more players on Xbox or PC are better aimers than fucking
you know
it's gonna lead to some stupid statistics that
that's
nobody
why you
cares
don't
about.
look at Twitter. Like when that shit finally goes down where it's total crossplay, just cancel your Twitter account. Because you already know what the fuck it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be
damn well you ain't canceling your damn Twitter account.
I ain't.
You're gonna be there telling like a damn babe, like, well, it happened. You didn't want it to happen, but it happened.
That's true, but fuck it.
Big ass baby. All right, let me go ahead and shut this down. Y'all crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining. This is episode 64, our E3 special for 2019. It was pretty wild, pretty hilarious, but shout out to everybody in the chat. We had 160 people watching. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for coming through, showing the love and support. Hit that like button. Thank you guys so much, and definitely check out our special guest podcast called The Platform Podcast. Shout out to Terry, Brandon, Big Mike with his bald head, and Dan for coming through.
Yo.
Shout out to Carlos, who couldn't make it today, and shout out to Nancy, who obviously couldn't make it as well. And obviously Fox here. Let everybody do their outros, and y'all can go about your day. And for God's sakes, go play some goddamn games. Go ahead, Dan. You got the floor, brother.
Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, Big Cloud, man. You know it's always a stone groove, sir. Yeah, man. Check us out. Platform, the platform, youtube.com/the platform live. You can catch us every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Put a link in the chat for everybody can find.
Yeah, I think Big Mike got it. All right, yeah.
You might want to do it because he's not a mod.
All right, well, I'll put it there somehow. But yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern time, you can catch us. Big Mike will be spinning the wheel this Saturday because he failed so much on this show today. So if you want to see somebody, last week he drank what we call a throw up smoothie. Because it was like mayonnaise, milk. It was like coffee, salt.
We're not doing a good show. I want to vomit on this shit. Come on.
God, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, catch us 1 p.m. Saturday, and you know how it is. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Big Mike, Mr. Competitive.
Mr. Competitive. What's really good? Hey, you can, like Danny said, you can catch me on the Platform Podcast every Saturday with them at about 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I stream there also on occasion, and I also stream on the Twitch at the Platform Podcast on Twitch on random occasions. Just come over, like us, subscribe to us, turn your bell on as you say there, BitCloud, so you know when I'm going live.
All right, okay. Mr. Brandon, who's I'm just gonna say Brandon. Come on, bro.
Brandon the slave man.
No, he won. Let me interject. Brandon's one of the cool dudes on the panel. He's one of the cool dudes on the panel. He's one of the cool dudes on the panel. But shout out to Brandon. But yeah, Brandon, go. If he's alive.
Thanks for having me. It was nice. I'm always on, with Mike, Terry, Dan, Platform Podcast.
Yep.
That's the place to be.
Okay. Appreciate it. No problem, man. Thank you for coming through. Terry, the only woman in the history of RGT that came here with razor blades and lemon juice. What's going on?
Hey, everybody. Well, thank you for having me on the show. But yes, I am Cool Cat Terry. That's Cool Cat _Terry on Twitch. Make sure you guys check it out. I stream there every weeknight, and I play lots of things. Lots of rage and also lots of cringe as well. It's always good laughs and good time. So I love to have you there.
Yeah, I got a mission for one of y'all. Y'all watch her stream. Let me know if she breaks her PlayStation on stream.
Terry, you got to redo your thing over. You didn't even go Anthem is life.
Fine. Anthem is life.
I was asking, that's like your whole promo.
Anthem is life.
Anthem is life. I got 500 hours in it, and I just got a BioWare. I just won a $250 set from BioWare to get a keyboard, headset, and matching mouse. So yes, Anthem is life.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. All righty. Congratulations on that.
Well, they gave it to her because they felt sad because she got that many hours into it.
And obviously our RGT panelists. Go ahead, Craig.
Oh, thanks for having me. Fun podcast. Check out these guys' podcasts. They're a lot of fun. And just keep it gaming. You all have a good, blessed, safe weekend. And have a good Father's Day, or as I call it, you forgot to pull out day.
I got my water bra on.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, my brother.
This is RGT. This is RGT 64. We have secured the hostage. The hostage is secure. We have secured the hostage. The hostage is secure. The assailant is not on the premises. Corporation.
Oh God! And ladies and gentlemen, I'm Big Cloud Gaming. I'm your host. Thank you guys again for stopping by. Definitely check us out on Sundays on the Gamer Couch podcast. You'll see me there with Fasha Games UK, and of course Saturdays for Scumcast, all that jazz. And I'm occasionally on the platform show, so you can swing through and
let's get it.
So yeah, that's pretty much the show. We had fun. It was a good time. A little hectic, but you already know. We didn't plan this shit. We winged it. So that's how it is. Anyway, thank you guys again for stopping by. Hope y'all have a good one, and we will see y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. Big Cloud signing out.
Peace.
Peace.